streaming. Okay, that's cool. Oh, perfect. All right, I think this thing's working right now. There we go. Okay, hell yeah. It doesn't even give you a warning. It just goes straight into it. It's like, all right, you're live. Like, all right, that works for me. Cool. Let me throw this in the Discord. We'll get this thing cracking. Let me crack, please. I'll buy Voo. All right, man. If that's what it takes to get you to buy Voo, I guess. What's going on, everybody? All right, give me 1 sec, guys. We'll get into it. I'm gonna go to YouTube and go to my own stream. The link they give me to send to the Discord is not that crazy. Like, it doesn't work for some reason. Jay Pizzle, let's go. I think I won something. What up, Texan? I know last time I think you were working, bro. So glad to see that you're here. Drop Discord. Yeah, I'll drop the Discord. Give me 1 sec, bro. Let's see. I think there's a link they should give me. Stream URL. All right, it's telling me to use that one. Let's try it. See, that doesn't even work. Let me try this. All right, let me mute the Discord. There we go. Yeah, Mr. Texan, I recognize the name. I remember last time you joined pretty quickly, so I was like, all right, I gotta get hyped for this. Nice to see you here, bro. Let's see. We got 27 people right now. Let's go. We're already ramping up. It's almost noon. Let me see if I can go to my channel live. Okay, here we go. Now let me try to send that in Discord. That should work. There we go. There's the one. It's funny because the link that YouTube gives me for this to like send to people doesn't even like connect them to it. I have to go to my own channel to do it. But hell yeah. All right. Well, welcome everybody. We're in stream number 2. I hope you are having a good Saturday. I know I am. Had a little bit of breakfast, hung out with the dogs outside for a little bit. So we're going to be playing some zombies today. Probably going to run some Ascension, maybe some other maps. Just going to be shooting the shit, talking about all kinds of random stuff. I got a couple of topics, but not much. Hey, I'm not sure what currency that is, but I appreciate the donation, man. Let's see. Your 2 biggest factors just met up and had a gay off. Awesome. That is Mr. Linear from the Discord. So thank you, Linear, for the donation. Oh, that's yen? Okay, that's what I thought. Hey, appreciate it, man. Nothing's cooler than seeing people like randomly comment on my videos and they're like, hey, shout out from like Brazil, shout out to like South Korea, or like just random places. That's like the coolest thing ever. JP and the Money guys are my favorite channels right now. Thoughts on All Money and QQQ? Let me see. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, it's showing my screen. That looks good. Let's pull this up. I think we're going to run some Ascension right now. Okay, we got one guy in. That's cool. Let's check the chat, though. JP, the Quantum Bowl, and Slow Stack are awesome. Yeah, Slow Stack's great. Never heard of Quantum Bowl, but we got 64 people in here right now. Let's turn this fucking thing up, baby. We about to go ham this Saturday. We got about 2 hours planned. Fuck it, we might go for longer if we catch a nice flow. I'm getting hyped up. All right, let's see. I just want to say I love your videos, man. You help inspire me. Hey, love that, man. Appreciate it. JG, man, you're legit. Shout out Antigua. Let's go. Hey, yo, shout out Antigua. All right, Linear, come on now. As you can see, we got the America Bulls here in the chat. That's just lovely. I'm going to pull something up while we wait for this game to start. Let me see. All right, here we go. I like Ascension because it's one of those, it's kind of an easy map, but it's still like pretty cool. Still pretty fun. So I was like, you know what, we'll hop into Ascension. Some of the other maps I like too, but then it's just like, I don't know, it's just a pain in the ass to play. Like Shadows of Evil, for example, I love Shadows of Evil, but like it's very hard to play and read the chat. Let me see, 1 second. My stream that I'm looking at is not, let me get this thing live. There we go. Can we talk about the song you were singing for us in the recent video? It's funny, when I was singing that, I was like, okay, I should probably edit that out. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll leave it. I didn't even realize it was an R. Kelly song. Because, like, that's a little bit older than me. That's for the 30-plus crowd. But, all right, here we go. We got some Ascension going. Let's see. Somebody had a good comment. Hey, Will Eats, appreciate you, bro. Will Eats NYC. That sounds like a nice-ass name, bro. I need to go to New York City. I haven't been in, like, years. I think the last time I went was 2016. I like New York a lot, though. I'm a huge New York guy. I think it's one of the coolest cities. Are we stepping in the name of love? That sounds like a reference to something. Let's see. What's up, JP? I'm at work delivering packages for Amazon. Hey, you're on the work grind, bro. I respect it. I never order shit from Amazon, but my fiance does, so I'm sure she loves all the Amazon drivers there. Should I get the RK5? Honestly, the RK5 is kind of nice. Let me grab that. Comp here in NYC is different. That's true, and so is the cost of living. So, as somebody from California, I feel like California and New York City are like, well, maybe not California, but like San Francisco and New York City are pretty comparable, like cost of living and wages-wise, but... Move to Texas. Texas seems like a pretty cool state. The only beef I have with Texas, though, is I feel like it's not pretty. Like, the landscape's not that nice. All right, let's call the lander over here. We're going to immediately just get this Pack-a-Punch. Minus Houston. Houston, I've heard mixed things about. I feel like the other cities are pretty cool. I've been to Austin. Dallas is cool. Never been to San Antonio, though. Honestly, the way the Spurs fans handled the Knicks winning makes me want to go to San Antonio. But if you guys watch basketball, you know Charles Barkley always just makes fun of San Antonio because the women there are heavy. Hey, Linear, thanks for another $5, bro. No, I was just saying that she appreciates the Amazon drivers because obviously they're delivering bullshit all the time. I wonder what the weirdest things an Amazon drivers had to deliver. Don't go to Houston. Fort Worth. Okay. He's giving a shout out to Fort Worth. What's going on here, bro? This shit already taken off? No, it shouldn't be. Is it? Oh my god. Oh, wait. It's the monkeys. It's the monkeys. That's right. Texas sucks. Linear, you're from California, so I don't want to hear it. California would be a wait. Honestly, if California was not so politically left-leaning, it'd be a 10 times better state. Because the like natural beauty of California goes crazy, but I think Linear is saying some naughty things about the drivers, milkman, etc. Yeah, he probably is, knowing Linear. Linear's got to quit gooning. Make money in New York or California, then move to Texas. Yeah, I can just... Honestly, one thing I've thought about when it comes to, like, living in, like, high cost of living states, like, just New York or California, is living there is like playing a video game on the hardest difficulty. Like, it can be rewarding if you do well, but it's very hard to do well. And then you move to any other state, and it's like you're turning the difficulty down 3 notches. I want an HSA, but my work doesn't have one. Honestly, man, I'm kind of in the same boat as you with my HSA situation, because the HSA is like a great account. It has a triple tax advantage. I'll probably make a video on that sometime in the near future. The HSA is like such a good account, though. The problem with my work, though, is you have to save up a certain amount before you can start investing in the HSA, which is weird. And then the cost per share is really high. Like, just even buy the S&P 500. And they're not using like VOO or something like that. They're doing something different, but still, it's just like, it's kind of annoying. They just make it really hard to invest. Hey, what up, E-Dun? I recognize you, bro. Got to make 300K to have a decent life. No, for real, bro. I think I've seen something that says like 100K. I've seen stuff online that says 100K in the year 2000 is the equivalent to making 300K today, but then when you actually check inflation, I think it's more like making like 180. But still, like, that's crazy. Because I feel like making 100K back then was like way easier. That's one thing I've even thought about too. Like, casual jobs back in like the 80s and 90s were so much easier to like make a living off of. Like, bro, you could be like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a random job. You could literally work at a grocery store and like cover a family. You know what I mean? Like, nowadays, like, you'd be struggling a lot. Oh, what up, Bob? That's Bob from the Discord. Okay. Let's see. Someone said being born in the ghetto is hard difficulty. That's true. There's no debate about that, bro. Flawless, welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody said something that's just the official numbers if you buy CPI. Do you enjoy hiking? I love hiking. When I was younger, I used to do like some challenging hikes, but like I didn't like it back then because I don't know, shit's exhausting, honestly. But as I've gotten older, as I've gotten more into film and photography, I like hiking a lot more. But no, hiking is dope. I've hiked a lot in like the Lake Tahoe area because I kind of grew up like near that area. So I've hiked Mount Talac and Mount Rose. Anybody from Northern California, you might know where that is. Let's see. What's everyone saying here? How do you feel about VGT ETF? VGT is a great one. Very similar to VUG. So, you know, I think it's a great one. I think it's even more tech focused than VUG. I could be wrong. I can't check right now because obviously, you know, I'm trying to run Ascension here with the boys. But no, VGT's great. Let me see what else. On my way to maxing out my Roth IRA at 17, bro. You're a beast. I sometimes I wish I could just hop in a time machine and just go to like my 18-year-old self and be like, bro, get your shit together. Just literally invest $25 a week. You'd be so much better off. NorCal in the house. Yeah, we got some Northern California people in here. That's dope. Let's see. Yeah, I believe it's more tech focused. Thanks for the answer, dude. Yeah, of course, man. Low-key thinking about saving a couple months of car insurance and quitting my job. Well, if your only expense is car insurance, I can see that. But the way I've had it explained to me, like my parents always said, is like it's so much easier to get a new job when you already have a job. And there were times where I did not listen to that, but now I've learned that is just like definitely the superior method when it comes to like just getting new jobs. Like it's so stressful when you have to pay bills and you don't have a job and you're trying to wing it somehow compared to like even if you have a job that doesn't pay that well. John PB doesn't hike anymore because he's gained a massive amount of weight. Not true, but thanks for another $5, Linear. I appreciate that. I don't hike anymore because where I live doesn't have a lot of hiking around me, which sucks. But I do like hiking. I like going outside, honestly. Petaluma, Vallejo, Benicia. I know exactly where Petaluma is. Petaluma's like over near like, I think it's called Novato. Benicia. I actually had my 4th grade teachers from Benicia. Let's see. I was debating getting rid of my new truck, watching your last stream. Once it was over, I traded it in for a car I can pay off in 1.5 years. See, that's a goated move, bro. That is a goated move. How long was it going to take you to pay off your truck before? Because if you saved even 6 months, like that's a great move. Assuming you got a car that's, you know, still really good. Does Linear have fuck you money we don't know about? No, Linear does not have fuck you money. Linear's an Amazon driver, which I respect, but definitely not fuck you money. That's for sure. Now, if he bought Amazon stock in 2012, maybe he would have some fuck you money, but he was also like way younger then. Hey, thanks, Merc. Appreciate you, bro. We got 133 people up in this bitch, man. Let's go. This is sick. Do you still live in California? No, I do not live in California. I moved out of California in 2022, so I've been out of there in March of 2022, so it's been about 4 years and a couple of months. Honestly, one of the best decisions I've made in my life was leaving California. Some people might be hating me for trading out the RPK, but, you know, I need the movement right now. I need the movement. I need the motion. 130 brokies. Damn, all right, Linear. Thank you for the 50 gifted, bro. I don't know why you're donating so much money, Linear, but I do appreciate it, man. You don't have to. Like, you can just say stuff in the chat, and I'll still read it. How old are you, JP, if you don't mind me asking? I'm 27 right now, man. I turned 28 at the end of September. One thing I did want to talk about on this stream, though, I kind of gave myself a couple of topics just in case if, for some reason, I don't know, You can kind of riff off the chat, which is nice, but if for some reason I couldn't, why do I keep getting fire sales? What are these guys doing with the gobblegums? Oh wait, monkeys, goddammit. But I did have a couple of topics, just like random stuff we can chat about. Is Linear trying to bribe his way? Yeah, Linear's trying to bribe his way back into the Discord. East Coast all day. East Coast is cool, man, but I'm gonna keep it real. And I don't know why. This is a bad stereotype that I have, but I feel like people from the East Coast, I don't trust their morals. I don't know why. I just don't. That's not everybody from the East Coast. Like, I've met really cool people from the East Coast. Like Paulie Walnuts, for example. He lives in New York. He's hella cool. I like him a lot. But I don't know. There's something about, and also me being from California, I need to, check myself there. Because a lot of Californians don't have good morals, but I don't know. That's just my take. I feel like the South has good morals, though. The Southern folk. God, they keep giving me the CUDA, man. I prefer the South. Hook 'em. Okay, well, that's just I think that's a Texas reference. Thoughts on Bitcoin? Bitcoin I talked a little bit about in my last stream. Bitcoin I just kind of dollar cost average into through the Coinbase credit card. I don't put a lot of money into Bitcoin. Like I said in the last stream, I think that Bitcoin only goes up basically based off of greater fool theory. One thing that's very confusing when it comes to like a lot of Bitcoin people is they say that it's a currency, but then they also say it's an investment. Those two things can't happen. So like, in order for something to be a currency and be a good currency, it needs to be stable. Bitcoin is not stable. Like, imagine you're a company and instead of using US dollars, you use Bitcoin. The last thing you want to do is put $1 billion, convert $1 billion US dollars into Bitcoin, and then you're just stuck like losing a bunch of money if Bitcoin drops 20 or 30%. Like, that's annoying. The US dollar doesn't have that level of like inflation and bullshit. Yeah, I definitely view it as a spec investment. Disturbed. I agree with you on that, man. Okay, let me get a sip of this freaking drink. This gun doesn't even look pack-a-punched. I know it is, but it just doesn't look like it. Deadshot Daiquiri. Ugh. I was talking to another YouTuber. His name's Josh Waltz. He's pretty chill. And we were both saying that we just do not like Deadshot. The best perks in COD and Zombies, it goes with Jug, then Stamina, then Speed, then Quick Revive. Those are the main four that I go for. What's up with Tether? Why can't I make an account in America? No clue, man. What you sipping on? I'm drinking, it's this energy drink I found. It's called Bloom. It's like a sparkling energy drink. It's pretty good, though. I like it better than some of the other ones. Some of the other ones get me, like, a little too wired. Where it's like, I don't need to feel my heart pounding out of my chest as if I just took, like, a bong rip or something. Like, I'm just trying to get a little bit of energy. Oh, shit. Let's get out of that. Oh, that's ugly. That's getting ugly. Bloom makes you poop. Okay. I did not know that. Does it have fiber in it or something? Favorite energy drink? I mean, bro, I love the White Monsters. I got hooked on those over the past year. I sound like a blue collar guy talking about energy drinks. I've never had, there's certain energy drinks I like will not touch. I'll never touch like C4 or like Bucked Up or any of those. Those to me look like, I don't know, they remind me of like trying to take a gas station Rhino pill, bro. Like your heart's going to be just jumping out of your chest. Celsius tastes really good. But I don't know. Celsius, I haven't had as much the past year or so. C4 is good. Bloom Energy, LOL, good stock. Oh, yeah, I've heard of Bloom stock. That's funny. My God, another fire sale. These guys are addicted. Oh, yeah, there's Josh. What up, bro? I actually do not drink coffee. Oh, Will, to answer your question, yeah, I'm in FP&A. That is like the area of finance I work in. I actually love FP&A. FP&A is pretty fun. Also, this is coming from somebody that likes numbers and is analytical. Oh my God. If you don't, you would not like FP&A. JP, what makes SCHD a good investment? SCHD for me is just more of a defensive play. I like the cash flow of it. I like that it kind of holds value stocks and it's not super tech focused. I'm just going to grab this just to switch it out. I like it for the defense side of things, but I'm definitely diluting my SCHD position because I just keep buying only VU. Let's see. One of the things I did want to talk about, though, going back to the topics, damn, they got me hella perks now. Oh, popping these perkies. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place right now. Oh, there's Zach57. What's good, bro? But one of the main things I want to talk about on this stream is I feel like a lot of people think they're behind. Like even like people I talk to or people they'll call in for like the Not Financial Advice series and they'll leave a voicemail and they'll be like, "Hey man, I'm 24. I have no debt. I make 80 or I make 70K a year. I don't know, they'll have like 5,000 in their Roth or something like that." Like I think a lot of people don't understand what the like average American looks like. Like if you look up like the median household income, I'm pretty sure it's like $80,000 a year. And that's a household. That's between two people. Like if you and your like wife both make 75 or 80K a year, you're in a great position. Damn, somebody just quit. And like I think a lot of people don't understand that even if you're in a bad position right now, like even if you're like 30 and you make, I don't know, you're making less money than you want to make, like you can get yourself into a good position. You don't have to like, you're going to go through phases of your life where you're doing good and there's going to be phases where you're not doing good. The main thing is just like do not give up and just stay consistent. Honestly, that's what helps the most. Average Americans barely have savings at all. No, exactly, man. Like most of them have a lot of debt. Like it's not uncommon for like the average American family has, I'm pretty sure has a decent amount of debt. Like I even looked something up before this just for like some of my guys that are around their mid 20s. The average or the median net worth for an 18 to 24-year-old is around $10,000. Like that's net worth. So like if you have zero debt and you have $10,000 in savings, you're like right there on the average. And that's for 18 to 24. And so like if you're worth like 50K and you're 23 or 24 or something like that, like you're doing great. A lot of people don't realize that. Like you're doing way better than you even think. All right, these zombies are getting a little crazy on me. Let me do a little finesse. All right, let me go back over here. The average American has, $34,000 of credit card debt. That does not surprise me. Credit card debt's the worst too because the interest rates are so high. Let me see. Pre-workout, 3 Celsius, 1 Cialis, 2 Adderall every day. God damn, bro. I would say either you have a heart of steel or your heart's paper thin, bro. Your ticker's about to stop ticking, that's for sure. What's your opinion on SMH ETF? I think that's the semiconductor one. The semiconductor stuff I think is good right now. The thing that's hard is I don't know enough about chips to know like if they're going to thrive the next decade or so. And I know that's a crazy thing to say in like this AI era, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of putting all my money into one sector. Oh, God damn it. That was stupid. Yeah, if you're young, you're a billionaire of time. No, for real. What's your opinion on the best careers for the future? That I have a very hard time predicting. Not that I don't want to, but honestly, I think finance is still going to be pretty good. Healthcare, I think, is inevitable. People are always going to be getting sick, especially in America. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. I mean, honestly, if you want to get into technology or like software development, I would focus more on like being on the AI side of things because a lot of big corporations, that's every earnings report, just AI this, AI that, AI. I mean, we hear it nonstop. Even when I'm like walking around at work, bro, like I'll literally look at a TV that's playing the news and they're talking about AI. It's like, oh my God. Like, can y'all talk about something else? But I mean, I get it. It's it's big right now. We'll see if it's big 5 years from now. I think it will be, but let me see. Do you still feel like home ownership early in your life is still low-key a trap? I'm able to invest 65% of my income. God damn, bro. Let's see. I'm able 65% of my income as of now, but I'm just feeling so much pressure from my family, and it's getting to me. Do not feel pressure from your family, bro. I mean, if you're investing 65% of your income, keep doing your thing, man. That is like phenomenal. That's like insane. Do you have any regrets for not investing sooner? Yeah, my main regret that I have in regards to not investing sooner is that I could have been investing when I was like 18, 19, 20 because I started job shadowing the financial advisor my sophomore year of college, and he started teaching me about all this stuff. Like, oh my God, I'm about to go down again. Like the first book he recommended to me was Unshakable by Tony Robbins, which is a great book. If you guys haven't read that, check it out. But The biggest thing I regret was I remember when I was 18, 19, 20, and I first learned about investing, I could have easily like been throwing 25, 50, $100 here and there and like been investing, and I just wasn't because I remember thinking, "Oh, well when I get out of college, I'm going to make 90 grand a year." And yeah, guess who didn't make 90 grand a year? This guy. In fact, it's very rare for people to do that. Oh my god. Okay, that was a mess. Let's see. All right, Linear. I just maxed out my Roth, and I also have a massive amount of love for women. Do I have a problem? Yes, you do, bro. Have you watched any Jim Rohn? No, I've not. You can get a high-paying job without a degree. Gotcha. JP, what made you want to start investing, and who influenced you? That's a good question. I don't think there was anyone in particular that influenced me. I've always wanted to do well financially. And so for me, that just comes down to like, I mean, if you want to do well financially, it's one thing to make a lot of money, but trying to think how to say this. It's one thing to make a lot of money, but you're not actually wealthy until you have like your money working for you. Like I would much rather make 100K a year and have a $400,000 portfolio than to make 400K a year and have like no money invested in a bunch of debt. Obviously, the 400K person has the option and the opportunity to make, put a ton of money away for investments, but like building wealth and making a lot of money are two completely different things. So for me, it wasn't necessarily one person in particular or one thing. It was more just like I wanted to do well financially, and I realized investing and understanding delayed gratification would get me there. Even if it didn't happen overnight, I was at least aware that it would happen if I did it consistently because I just understood compound interest. Also, Merc, thanks for the $5, bro. Appreciate it. Linear, thank you for donating. Linear, you're funding the whole YouTube channel right now, bro. Oh, Thunder Gun. No. There we go. I feel like Click Click Boom should start playing. Let's see here. Bro's just going to donate. I don't know what Zach said. Trying to read the chat. Have you started using AI in FP&A? Yes, we have started using it. We mainly just use Copilot right now, but we mainly use it for really complex modeling right now. We also use it for like PowerPoints. One of the main ways I use it is people will send me a PowerPoint and it's like 50 slides. And my first thought is I'm not reading through this shit. And also, I don't even fully understand everything I'm reading. So I'll just like throw that into Copilot and I'm like, hey, can you summarize this PowerPoint for me? Tell me the main things I need to know. Stuff like that. Okay, I should probably heal this guy because he did a good job of healing me. So let me get to him. Thoughts on Microsoft buying opportunity? Okay, I don't invest in the individual stocks, but Microsoft was the one. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Microsoft was like the first stock I put a lot of money into. It seems like their earnings are still looking good. I don't have any reason to believe it's going to do bad long term. Again, I only buy ETFs. Obviously this is not professional financial advice. And if you think it is, then you're just a fucking retard, bro. But no, on a real note, that is Microsoft could be a good opportunity right now. I'm not buying it because, like I said, I'm just buying it indirectly through owning the S&P 500. But Rex left the Discord. Yeah. Wait a second. What's your opinion on Spain? Do you see it as a good country? I don't know anything about Spain, man. Spain looks beautiful. I've seen that some people have said online that the local Spaniards do not like tourists because a lot of them are visiting and staying in Airbnbs and stuff. So I'd love to visit Spain. I wouldn't want to visit there though if I'm gonna get dunked on just for being American, even if I'm respectful and stuff. Watch any Graham Stephan. I used to watch Graham Stephan. I like his channel a lot, but a lot of times, like with some of those really big YouTubers, they run out of content, and so what they do is they just start talking about the news every week. So they'll be like, oh, this new thing that just happened, like, it's causing shit to flip. Like, the market just flipped upside down. It's like, the market's not flipping that often. Like, get your shit together. Hey, Paulie, thanks for the $10, bro. Appreciate you. 10 bones. Money talks, bro. Yep. Money talks, Paulie. I agree, bro. Let's see. Sup, Unk. Hey, what's good, bro? At what age is somebody officially Unk now? Because when I say that to people, like my coworkers are all in their like 30s and 40s. If I said that I'm an unk, they would be like, "Damn, what does that make me?" I'm like, "You're in the nursing home," based on that logic. Big YouTubers eventually turn to slop content. Yeah. And that's one thing I like about the some of the series I have is like it's just like consistent content, like the not financial advice and some of those other ones. And I also like just throwing in random videos that might not be like finance. My battery's dying. What the hell? But yeah, throwing in like random life stuff, I like kind of just mixing that in a little bit. Do you invest all your YouTube earnings into VU? No, I don't. I save a good percentage of it. I'm actually not entirely sure how much I need to save, so I go on the safer side. I save like 40% of my YouTube income. Sometimes I'll save 40% for taxes. I'm just putting that to the side. Then the other 60%, some of it I might invest, some of it I might just keep saving. Just depends usually. What started this journey for you? The YouTube journey or the investing journey? Because those are two completely different paths for me. Damn, I need stamina up. Does anybody know where I can find Jug on this map? I know I should know this. Unk is like 35 to 40. Bro, I'm 27. Oh shit, I'm down. Why you guys call me Unk then? Just do VU, bro. Yeah, I agree, Josh. Good call. We got 200 people in here. Let's go, man. I'm hyped. We're only 30 minutes in this bitch. I'm about to start freestyle rapping. Let's see. I know you recommend ETFs with your background, but can you drop a video on how you'd analyze a stock? I'm hesitant to do that. The only hesitation I have is I don't want to seem like I'm promoting buying individual stocks, but I do think a lot of people that buy individual stocks are so, not trying to be mean, but they're so stupid when it comes to like approaching it. Like people will literally read an article online that'll be like, this is a good stock, and then they'll just go buy it. No research. They couldn't tell you what the company does. They couldn't tell you what products or services it sells. They couldn't tell you anything about the financials. It's like, what are we doing? Jug is down and spawn behind quick revive up the stairs. Damn, bro. Unk allegations go dummy. That's pretty funny. Yeah, let's not sing or rap after the last video. Hey, valid, bro. My mom would always say to me, she'd be like, don't quit your day job. I'm like, thanks, Mom. Appreciate that. All right, what map should we do now? Let me see. Yeah, but the guy said it 300x JP. What do you mean 300x? Oh, yeah, Kalshi. He loves his individual stocks. Why do we have 30-somethings in here for a channel? Linear, there's a lot of... Actually, a good percentage of my viewers are like 25 to 35. I actually think that's a larger percentage of my viewers. All right, let's see what we get from the Gobblegum factory here. Okay, nothing crazy. Yeah, I saw that Wendy's stock popped off because Wall Street Bets just pumped the shit out of it. That's pretty funny. You guys ever had a Baconator? That shit slaps. I haven't been to Wendy's in a minute, though. If there's one thing you need to know about me, I'm a huge burger guy, man. I could eat burgers like 3 days a week. It's actually insane. Buy an extra perk. Power-ups last longer. Ends the current round. Screw it. We'll just do that. Let's go to Black Ops 2 real quick. Jump over there. I'm 18, about to hit the 6K mark. Like, bro, that's for an 18-year-old, that's insane. Because when you're like 24, 25, bro, you're going to be so rich. Like, I'm so jealous. I love my favorite Unk Slop. Linear. John PP is secretly big as hell. I'm not. I'm pretty normal size. Normal build. Would you ever get an MBA? I've thought about that a little bit. I don't think I would, unless the company paid for it. But even then, it's like, I don't know. My hesitation with getting an MBA is I feel like I just don't want to have to go through schooling right now, honestly, man. Like, with YouTube and, like, with working a full-time job, I'm busy enough as it is. Like, I don't need to be doing all that. Okay, come on, Black Ops 2. Give me one sec. Let's reload that. Have you reached the $1 million mark yet? No, man. I'm not even close. I mean, I guess I'm kind of close, but, like, not really. I think I'm, like, $260-something thousand net worth, so I'm, like, 26% of the way there. CPA I would not get because I hated accounting. I'm not good at accounting. more of a finance guy. How are the boomers that obsess over over AI at your job now? They're just being boomers, man. They still the problem with the boomers is they don't know the limitations of AI. So then I'm just stuck dealing with them, like not understanding how it works. Like why am I getting penalized for you not understanding the limitations? Like they'll literally say some shit. They'll be like, "Oh, just have the AI do this, 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 and this." And I'm like, it can't do that. Like it doesn't even have access to this software. How is that possible? And they're like, just figure it out. And I'm like, dude, it's literally restricted. Like the company does not allow us to do that. Let's see. Only started investing because of JPA. Good shit, man. I'm proud of you. I'm hyped for you, bro. We got 198 people in here. Let's fucking go, man. I'm about to pull up and flex on this bitch. Alrighty, let's do... Dude, I want to play Origins, but I just don't understand I really don't understand the fuck am I saying? The Easter egg. It's also because I didn't play it growing up. I kind of want to play Transit right now. Carter, what's up, bro? Do town round 20. Might do that. I don't have 500k invested at 23. Clearly, I'm extremely behind. No, you're not, bro. Napo, can you buy it in cash? Not sure what that means. What up, Ghost? Oh, wait, Ghost saying that's gravy. You know what? Fuck it. Let's run some Transit. Let's see if we can get in the game with some people. Origins fire, but solo that egg takes ages. Yeah, man. I've literally tried to, like, figure out how to get all the staffs and all that shit, and I'm over here just digging all day long. I'm like, I do not like this. Oh, Dylan, sorry, I saw you. Your mic low-key low as fuck. Okay. Oh, Dylan, let me reply to it, though. The reason I use M1 Finance instead of Fidelity or Schwab was because that's what I started on, was M1, or I started on Robinhood in 2020, and then I went to M1 Finance because basically I started watching this one YouTuber named Joseph Carlson. He has a great channel, and he uses M1 Finance, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to transfer out of Robinhood. I'm going to get into M1 Finance, and yeah. Somebody said, yeah, could we get your audio turned up a bit? Yeah, let me go like this real quick. But yeah, that's why I use M1 Finance. I started watching Joseph Carlson, love his channel, and then basically was like, all right, let me hop over here. And I've just been stuck on it since. I like how simple it is with investing. They're not trying to get you to trade stocks and shit like that. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to turn the mic up. That just turned it down. God damn it. Mic properties. Let me see. Okay, I can sit a little bit closer. Hopefully that helps. You can't fight that interest, bro, by used by cash. I'm not going to be moving this first round. I'm trying to figure out this mic. There's some setting where I can turn up the... Oh, here it is. Let's turn it up to 4 decibels. Okay, and then close it. There we go. Is the mic better now? I'm going to start redlining this shit, man. Hey, yo, fuck y'all! Yeah, that's definitely loud enough. I just saw it redline, so... Luckily, I know what that means, because I'm such a DJ, bro. Let's see. So you keep your entire net worth with M1 Finance. Why not separate it out? I don't have my entire net worth in M1 Finance. I'm not sure how many of you guys like watch my channel, but a good portion of my net worth is in the equity in my house. When it comes to my brokerage and my Roth, that's in M1 Finance, but I also have a 401k that's like, I think it's around $36,000 or $37,000. So a decent chunk of my total investments are in my 401k. The reason I don't spread it out is because I like to have all my money in one place. I'm not the type of person that needs to have a Fidelity account and a Schwab account and Vanguard. Like, I'm not going to have 10 different brokerage accounts all doing different things for me. I think that sounds cool in theory. Like, I've seen some people do that. Where like, oh, this one's for growth and this one's for income. And like, they do all that. But like, that to me is super complex. And also when it comes tax time at the end of the year or the beginning of the next year, you don't want to be getting forms from 7 different brokerages or 5. That's like such a pain in the ass. You don't want to deal with that. Yeah, it is louder. That's what I thought. Thank you, Bob. Thoughts on Tom Nash and Jeremy? Holy smokes. I don't know. I think Tom Nash is like I haven't watched his channel. I know I've heard of him. No. Don't take off. All right, there we go. Let me buy this gun. I'm going to buy the beer. Smear the beer. Oh, here we go. Hey, appreciate the $20, bro. Jay Smith. Let me check. Sorry, I'm chilling on the bus now. How do you stay motivated when your investments are compounding, but financial independence is decades away? Spend basically all my income, but dollar goes up because the market is good for now, which is a bad habit. 600K net worth at age 30. God damn, bro. Let me see. Okay, so how do you stay motivated, but financial independence is decades away? Spend basically all my income, but money goes up because the second part I don't really understand. Josh, you don't, or Jay Smith, you don't have to. Oh shit. Oh no 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 no. No 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 no. Don't get me off this. No 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 no. This bus is leaving me. No no no. Fuck 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 fuck. Will this bus slow down? Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. All right. I guess I'm just going to go down. That's fine. How I stay motivated, even though financial independence is super far away, is honestly, I'm going to keep it real with you. It does definitely get boring. What the fuck? It definitely gets boring at certain times. But what I do is I just try to stay consistent. And then also I try to like have things that you can do to enjoy your everyday life. Because I completely agree with you, man. It's hard to stay motivated when like you're just putting in the same amount every month and like, you know that, okay, it's going to be decades for this. Try to have things you actually look forward to in your week. Like have things that you can enjoy. That way you're not so focused on the investing stuff. And then every year, I think I've mentioned this in prior videos, try to find a way to invest a little bit more money. Obviously, you're not going to get promoted every year. You're not going to get a huge raise every year. But even if you can like find a way to like what I'll do is I'll try to find ways to cut expenses. So like maybe I have 2 years where I cut expenses, and then year 3 I try to like invest. I'm trying to invest more every year, but like years 1 and 2 I'm trying to find ways to cut expenses, and then year 3 I'm trying to increase my income, and then I just keep doing that. And so the more you do that and the more money you invest, the sooner you're going to hit that financial independence number that you want to hit. I think I'm going to wait this one out. I want to sit here at the box for a round. I'll let them leave. I don't really care. I'll wait for the bus. Let's see. Yeah, you have to enjoy some of your money today. I agree with what you said, Jesse. Kill that guy. Yeah, CoastFi is... I'm going to make a video on that pretty soon, talking about like financial independence. Because there's something online called the FIRE movement. If you haven't heard of it, it just means financial independence, retire early. It's basically for people who obviously want to retire early, but there's all different types of FIRE. So there's CoastFi, which that basically just means that once you hit a certain number in your portfolio, you know that over the next couple of decades, if you get, let's say, a 7% or an 8% return, you're going to hit your retirement number. Even if you don't put another dollar in, that's a nice position to be in. I'm not quite at my CoastFi number. I think once I hit, I think around like maybe 300 or 400 grand in my portfolio, I'll be closer to CoastFi. But that's one of them. So basically you get to coast now. You don't have to sit here and stress as much about how much you're investing. Obviously, the more you invest, the sooner you're going to retire. So if you can stay consistent with the investing, that's good. There's lean fire. That's where if you want to retire on a smaller amount, a lot of times when people do lean fire, they're trying to retire on like $1 million, like 500,000, which I know doesn't sound small, but like to retire, that is a low number. And so a lot of times with lean fire, people are super frugal. Like they can live off of like $20,000 to $30,000 a year, which in this economy is very hard to do. I don't think you can lean fire if you have a wife and kids unless you want to make their lives miserable. I'm just going to say that. But also with lean fire too, you can do something called geographical arbitrage where you're still making US dollars, but you live in a country where the dollar goes really far. That's a move that people do. It's not bad at all. Psychology of Money is a great book. Let's see. Yeah, Darrow, completely agree with you, bro. We're at 205 people now. We're slowly trending upward in this beach. Sorry, I'm over here tweaking out. Okay, and then we got your investments can triple 10 years in the S&P. Compounding is powerful. Yeah, facts. Love the stream and the vids, man. Hey, thank you, Sean. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, Jay Smith, that's how I would handle staying motivated when you got a long time horizon. And it's normally, sometimes it's called the messy middle because like once you have a wife and kids, like life is just crazy. Like you have so much shit going on. But there's also kind of the boring middle in regards to investing where it's like your first year of investing is so exciting. And you get very numb to that. And I even talked about that kind of in my last video. Like you'll think that like a certain salary amount will make you hyped up or a certain portfolio number will make you hyped. Then you get there and like after a week or two, you're like, all right, like I'm just used to this now. And so like the hedonic treadmill, man, it's a struggle. The next 10 to 20 years will be horrible in the stock market. Well, my question for you, man, is do you think it will be horrible for just the US stock market or the international stock market as well? They've been saying that for years now, where they're like, oh, the market had way too good of a return. One thing people forget to factor in is inflation. So if the market returns, let's say like 14% a year, but we have a couple of high inflation years, the real return might actually be more around 8, 9, 10%. I think sometimes people forget that. Been listening every day for the past month. Your page is fire. Keep the content coming. Hey, thank you. Directed. Appreciate you, bro. Pass that crystal around, bro. Not crystal. That crystal ball. Pass that crystal meth, bro. Let me get it. No, that'd be crazy. Let me see. Thoughts on buying VOO, but more heavily into SPMO, SMH, VGT. Kind of like what I said earlier. Not sure if you were in the chat, but I don't like to put all my money into one sector. I don't think that's a good move. Sure, the sector's done well for the past year or so, but the reason I just like VOO so much is because if a sector does well, it becomes a larger percentage of VOO. And if a sector does not do well, it becomes a smaller percentage of VOO because it's just all based on market cap. So, you know, the larger a company gets, the more concentration it has in that ETF, the smaller it gets. If it does bad, then it becomes a smaller percentage. And I like that a lot, honestly. So, damn, we got 200. Dude, see, this is my problem. Every time I try to play zombies, like when I'm filming footage for videos, people just quit. All right, we're back in this. Am I lagging out? What is this zombie doing? All right, he's dead. Once the bus comes back around, have we lost the box yet? No, we haven't. Oh, hey, Jay Smith, appreciate the donation. Bro, you don't even got to keep donating, man. I appreciate it, though, big time. You can just message in the comments, bro. I don't want you to keep donating just for me to see it. If you just spam the comment, I'll eventually see it, I think. What I meant is I spend all my income every month, but my money goes up due to the market. So I have a bad habit of spending, not investing. I see. Yeah, what I would do, man, is you got to kind of almost audit yourself, which sucks temporarily, but medium to like short term to medium term, it's actually a great move. You have to sit down and go, okay, what am I spending way too much money on the past month? And normally, like for me, I can always tell this when I make a video and I go, oh God, my net investing rate. Normally, like for me, I like to invest my take home pay. I like that to be 25 to 30%. And so if I have a month where like a couple months ago was 9%, I was like, oh shit, like I'm spending a lot of money. So for me, I went on vacation. That's why I spent a lot of money. But if it's just a normal month, you got to kind of sit down and almost audit yourself. It's definitely nice to see the money going up in the market, but you also want to be investing whether the market's going up or down. Because what you don't want to do is have this habit of spending all your money. The market does well, so you see your money go up, which is great. But then what happens when the market goes down and you're still spending all your money? So even if you can find a way, man, to like throw in an extra couple $100 every month, like that is a good move. Index funds are magical. No, I agree, bro. Let's see. I know my absolute batshit. Oh, this guy just went down. Fuck. Automate your investments. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I definitely think automating your investments is a good move. It makes it a lot just easier. That way, like before you even get paid, bro, the money's like already left. That's why I think the 401k is such a good thing for a lot of people. Like some people shit on the 401k, which is crazy to me. But that's the nice part is like the money automatically leaves your account. So like if you can just get used to the new paychecks with a little bit less money, like you're just consistently investing. You don't even realize it almost. Oh wait, I have a monkey bomb. What the hell am I doing? I'm such a bad teammate, bro. Let me grab this. Okay, let me read this. Do you ever plan on retiring early and living off dividends? That is the ideal plan, man. I think for me right now, my retirement would probably be somewhere between 45 and 50, which would be cool. But if I could retire earlier, bro, that would be goated. In order for me to do that, though, I'd have to invest literally a shit ton of money. Like, my goal this year is to invest 40K. Even investing 40K, bro, I can't retire early. Maybe if I started investing 40K when I was 21 or 22, I'd be in a lot better position, but I just wasn't making that kind of money. I was making 40K when I was 21 and 22. So, yeah, for me, it'll probably be somewhere between 40 and 50 would be my guess. But In order for me to like retire at age 40 or 45, I'd probably have to invest 100K plus a year, would be my guess. Because my fire number is somewhere between, I'd say 3 to 5 million. It just depends on what my expenses look like then. Do you do FPS for anyone international? And how does that differ to non-US citizens? I'm not sure what you're asking there. Sorry. Damn. All my investments are automated by the time I look at it. I only have 700 in my checking to keep me grounded. Damn, bro. Good for you. Yeah, automating your investments is great. Like I was just saying, that's why I like the 401k so much. What the hell? How did he even get knocked just then? One of the main things that I'm really big on, especially the past like year or two, is just trying to like keep my investments simple. Like I have found I found it to be a lot better keeping my investments that way. Do you ever borrow an M1 finance with a low interest rate? No, I'm not a fan of taking on debt to invest. I'm not a margin guy. I think a lot of people that take on margin, which is just, like I said, that's just all that means is to borrow money to invest with. I do not think that's a good move. Some people will sit there and explain to you how, oh, bro, I can take margin here and do this. And they have like some weird way of finessing it. But like, yeah, no, I'm never going to do that. The only time I would maybe consider taking margin to invest, which let me be clear, 99% of the time I wouldn't, would be if the market dropped 30%. And if it was literally down like 25, 30%, then I would maybe consider it. But even then, it just depends what the interest rates are. Have you ever took on leverage during your journey? No, the only leverage I've taken on is when I bought my house. So that's like the only leverage that I've done. I'm not a big leverage guy. To me, a lot of times when people chase leverage, it's because they feel like they're behind, or they just think that like, oh, they're gonna like have this supersonic growth with the leverage, when in reality that does not happen. Because what a lot of people don't understand, I can't remember what the concept is called, but let's pretend your portfolio drops 60% and then it goes back up 60%. You're not at break even. Like if your portfolio drops 50%, in order for you to get back to where you started, you now need 100% return. So people don't understand that when it comes to leverage. That's what happens a lot, is on the downside. On the upside of things, it's great. But when shit goes down, you get ripped to shreds. And it's ugly. It's very ugly. So that's like the biggest thing I'd say in regards to leverage. Okay, there we go. Got some more ammo there. All right, teammate, you literally have a ray gun, bro. I don't know why this guy's struggling. It's not even letting me revive him. There we go. All right, how far are we? We're about 52 minutes in this thing. We got 209 people. I appreciate you guys joining. All right, and my dog's barking. Love that. What are your thoughts on crypto? I've talked about crypto a little bit. I mean, like I said, with Bitcoin, I just put a little bit of money into it through the Coinbase credit card, though. So I just get like if I spend $100, then it invests $2 into Bitcoin for me. That's about it. I don't really do. I'm not big on going towards the meme coins and the super small coins that could go up 1000x. I don't really believe in that. That to me is just like another form of gambling. And also the thing with crypto is there's no intrinsic value, which makes it a lot harder. Like with stocks, like when you own an ETF that has a bunch of like companies in it, those companies have real products, real services. They're making real money. Like it's legit. But when it comes to crypto, that's just not the case. It just goes, in my opinion, it goes up on greater fool theory, which like Google that if you've never heard it. But basically it's just the concept of you buying something and thinking it's going to go up in value because someone else is willing to pay for it at a higher price. Oh wait, I should have just, goddamn, I keep forgetting about these monkey bombs, bro. I'm such a bad teammate. It's ridiculous. Add the part. Come on. Okay, we got one part. Kill all these guys. Yeah, teammate, you're going to die, bro. Sorry. Take the L. Hey, Ryan, appreciate the $5, bro. Let me go ahead and read this. I'm in my early 20s and have about 30K in S&P ETF and some tech. Good shit. Oh, he just responded. Perfect. Have a job, but living with mom. Should I sell after college to afford a house? I don't know, man. That's a great question. It kind of depends what you value and what you prefer. It depends how much houses cost in your area. I hate to hit you with like an it depends answer. I personally would just keep investing. If you're in your early 20s right now, for some reason people in their 20s feel this pressure that they have to own a house before a certain age. and I'm speaking about myself too when I say that, because I remember telling myself I need to buy my first house before like 25. And I bought it when I was 24, so I did hit that goal, which was cool. But I don't know. I would just keep investing, honestly, man. Like, keep investing and live at home. Like, that's a great move. But yeah, that's what I would do in your position. Obviously, do whatever you want. But let me see here. Yeah, another thing you have to think about too is when you go to sell your investments, like you're gonna have to pay taxes, assuming it's in like, all right, we're about to both go down here. I got no ammo. I'm in the fucking corner. Yeah, cooked. Might just play town in this one. Yeah, I feel like investing is far more important than buying a house when you're young. Jesse, I agree with that take. I think that's a fire take. Investing is great, but real estate is amazing. Real estate can be amazing. I like investing a lot more, personally. Like, I get that you get leverage with real estate, and that's cool and all, but, like, bro, investing is just the best. It's so hands-off. You know what? Fuck it. I'll play some Origins. Screw it. By the way, there's 0 game sound. Yeah, there's supposed to be 0 game sound. I can try to figure that out, but I may have to figure that out a different time. We got 209 people in here, man. Happy Saturday, everybody. Invite me up. Real estate is great if you can scale it into a business. Oh, if you can scale it into a business, but yeah, investing in the market is more reliable. Oh my gosh, come on now. Can't even connect to Origins? That's sad. Adam said, how old were you when you got into investing? Who taught you to start? I was 21 when I started investing. I started investing around July of 2020. Before that, I started dabbling in the market from like basically March to May. And then, yeah, June and July is when I started to like take it more seriously and like investing long term. Dominic, howdy JP, appreciate your videos. They've been a gateway for me to get into and understanding finance. Greeting from Texas. Keep pushing, bro. Appreciate you, Dominic. You're a real one. You're a real one, bro. Flawless, all good, brother. No worries. Dude, this is pretty sick. Stream health looking good. Dude, this streaming shit is honestly so fun. Oh, wait, I forgot to pin the Discord link. Damn. We're an hour in, and I'm just now about to pin the Discord link. That's depressing. Let's go like this real quick. Boom. Hit that. We're waiting for this match to start. Can I pin it? There we go. Pin message. I'm going to do another stream probably in a couple weeks. I think the next stream will be Friday, July 10th. I think is my plan right now. Good luck, JP. Good luck, chat. Appreciate you, Cairo. Let's see. Dylan, JP, I just subbed to Josh, but how did he get on your radar? He's only got 1K subs. Josh and I met because, well, I don't know actually how we met, but I think we just found each other's channels when I was like a lot smaller. Like when I was first starting out and I had like literally like 500 subs. And him and I will play Xbox a little bit. He's really cool. How are you playing Black Ops 2 online without running into hackers every other lobby? I got no clue, bro. What do you think about the TCG industry? No clue what TCG is. Honestly, I might have to go online here, boys. I might have to run some Modern Warfare 2. This shit's kind of busted. The zombies right now, it's not hitting. I'm a Canadian engineer student. I currently worked my way up to my first $5,000 invested. I'm worried I'll have to take my... Whoops, sorry, I hit the mic. I'm worried I'll have to take money out of these investments my next semester. Any advice? I mean, if you have to take money out, it's not the end of the world, man. But I would just say, like, if there's any way you can fund stuff without taking your investments out, that is obviously ideal. I'm not really sure. Like, sorry, I know it was just shitty 2 cents there. Shitty opinion I just threw you. But, I mean, that's just the way it's got to go. Either you're going to find a way to pay for it yourself or you're going to have to sell some of your stock to cover that. The thing that sucks with selling stock, especially if it's in like a brokerage account, is you have to pay taxes on it, assuming you have gains. So like that part's kind of annoying. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 out on next gen soon. Yep, that is for PlayStation though. I'm on Xbox, as you can see here. Come on, Origins. Give me something. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I go to Black Ops 3 and I run Origins there. Let's do that. Do you still feel like ETFs are the play if right now, when we got absolute clear market manipulation, access to politicians' trades that clearly no insider info? Yeah, I think ETFs are still the move. I believe in like market efficiency. So I believe that the market is always efficient. I don't think you're going to find like little opportunities. Like I agree, yeah, politicians definitely have insider info, but I would just stick to ETFs, man. What a lot of people don't understand is like a politician investing, even if they invest $10 million in the S&P 500, or if they invest $10 million into like a really big company, let's pretend it's like Google or Microsoft, that's not moving the stock price. Like that's not doing anything. You have to put like so much money to even barely move the stock price. There is so much trading volume in individual stocks and ETFs every single day. Like I even had somebody earlier on that was like commenting. They're like, "This guy's pushing the S&P 500 because he's invested into it, and he's gonna push the stock price up." I'm like, bro, if you think a YouTuber, and I think at the time I had like literally 20K subs. Like, if you think a YouTuber with 20K subs is gonna move the S&P 500 up, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you have to be so stupid to think that. Let's see. Thoughts on the Vanguard FTSE All World ETF? I don't know much about it. I'd have to look into it. TCG is the trading card game industry, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. I don't know, man. TCG to me is just very speculative. I know I've seen stuff that Pokemon cards have outperformed the market the past couple of years, but I would never invest into it seriously because it doesn't have intrinsic value. It also goes up on greater fool theory, or the idea that it only goes up in value because somebody else is willing to buy it for a higher price. There's no actual intrinsic value. Let's see. How did you slowly grow your following? I'm a tax professional trying to do the same, but a lot of people don't seem to be interested in tax education. That's a good question, man. The tax stuff, I can see the struggle there because people don't seem to have a lot of interest in it, although it is a very valuable thing to know. I would say just be very consistent and try to just keep putting out the best quality content that you can. And I think eventually people will show up. Let's see. Let me look here. Bunch of dorks. Yep, thank you, Linear. Yeah, TCG cards are speculative. I agree. Worst financial advice you've heard? That's a fire-ass question. Let me think. Let me think about this. I think the worst financial advice I hear is when people try to clown buying index funds. That is something, and if Chian sees this, that is one of my that's one of my Discord mods. Him and I always talk about this, but when people try to clown index funds and they're like, "Bro, you're an idiot. You should be buying this stock." It's like you've never seen a market crash. Like most of the time when the people have that take and they're like, index funds are so boring. Like people will literally say you can't get rich off of index funds. That is such bullshit. You have to be an idiot to think that. Because even if let's pretend you get 10% a year. If you invest $10,000 and you don't put another dollar in and you get 10% a year, your money doubles every 7 years. Okay? Because there's something called the rule of 72, where basically if you take your average annual return, you divide by, if you do 72 divided by your average annual return, that'll give you how often your money doubles. Okay, so like for example, 10% a year, 72 divided by 10 is 7.2 years. But what that doesn't factor in is you investing along the way. Like, bro, you can double your money so fast just buying the market, especially the past couple of years when the market has back to back to back just killer years, 20+%, like 23%, 24%, 15%. Like, yeah, your money's going to double very quickly, especially if you're investing along the way. So the worst financial advice I've heard is when people clown ETF investing. Most of the time when people do that, their net worth is usually not that high. Unless if they're really into real estate. That's like the only exception where it's like, okay, you're just taking the real estate route, which I respect. Some people don't want to do stocks. They only want to own rental properties. I get that, but that's just not the route I'm taking. JP, what's a financial milestone you're working towards the next 10 years? The main one, man's hitting $1 million net worth. Right now, I haven't checked it recently. I think the market's been down this past month, but right now it's kind of sitting around 260-ish thousand. So I would say, yeah, that's definitely the main priority is getting to $1 million. Now, when you hear 260K net worth, you're like, damn, bro, you're only 26% of the way there. But the nice thing with compound interest is it actually takes way less time. Once you hit 100K, it accelerates very quickly. I even made a whole video talking about that. Why like 100K to Like 100K is 10% of a million, but when you factor in compound interest, it's actually not. It's like most of it. It's like a solid like 20%. From 0 to 200K takes way longer than 200 to 400K. Let's see. Top 3 ETFs you like? I mean, I would just say the 3 that I invest in. So I like VOO, VUG, and then SCHD. That's just my portfolio though. I like obviously VOO, VOO. VTI is a great one. VXUS is good to pair with VTI because then you can just have like US and international. You could also pair VXUS with VOO too if you'd like. And then if you just want to own the total world stock market, there's VT. That's another good one. Okay, let me hit this box. Okay, this is a great question. He said, if you have a large stockpile of cash, should you invest it all at once or over time? Okay, so this I do need to make a video on this soon. This is basically called lump sum investing versus dollar cost averaging. Statistically speaking, lump sum investing is better. It's statistically better to invest it all at once because the market has more green years than it has red years. But it depends. If you've never invested before, psychologically, it might be a lot less stressful on you to just invest consistently over time. So let's say you have like, I don't know, let's say you have, I'm trying to think of a number divisible by 12. Let's pretend you have 60K saved up. Yes, you could invest 60K at once. And like statistically, that's the most optimal thing. But if the market drops, are you going to freak out and panic sell? If the answer is yes, you should not invest that 60K all at once. You should probably invest 5K a month for 12 months. Like slowly invest that money in. That way, when the market swings, you're not going to stress about it. Because like for me, I remember like with my first stock market crash, I wasn't really stressed about it. And this was back in like the end of 2021 to the end of 2022. The market dropped around like 24% just all year long in 2022. I'd put $500 in, my portfolio would go down $500. I'd put $300 in, it'd go right back down 300. But like when you invest consistently, whether the market is going up or not, psychologically it's a lot easier. But statistically, putting all the money in at once is better because you put it all in January 1st. Most years the market is green. Therefore, that money is compounding for you earlier. Dylan said, why do you have to say not financial advice in your videos? Main reason I say it is just because it's just like a disclaimer. All the finance YouTubers say it, and you want to make sure you're just like not liable. I also have it in the description of all my videos, but no, nobody's threatened a lawsuit on me because I mean, I am just literally talking about ETF investing. So it's very basic financial shit anyways. This is a good question. He said, Mr. Texan here, do you have a strategy for dry powder? If the market drops X percentage, do you invest X percent? I actually do not. I'm not somebody who really sits on the sidelines with a bunch of cash ready to go. If the market were to drop, let's say 25% over the next year, instead of me having a bunch of cash ready to go, what I try to do is I get more frugal. So I try to like find ways to like invest an extra $300, $500, $1,000 a month. And then I just let that shit rip. That's what I normally try to do. The disclaimer in the description might be good enough on its own. I'm not really sure, honestly, man, but I just do it to, cover my ass. And like another thing too, I got to be very clear about is like I'm just a normal dude that likes finance. I'm not like I work in corporate finance, but like most of the stuff I'm saying is like not very complex. So I think it's just maybe the way I say it or present the information. But yeah, I don't want people to like hear what I say and they're like, this is 100% fact. Because like sometimes I am wrong. I try to really check myself on that and make sure I'm not saying shit that's wrong, obviously. But, I'm not perfect. I'm a human. Tomorrow's not. Thank you, Linear, for the threat message. He did that last stream too. He gave me $5 to say he's going to take me out. Linear would have to fly across the U.S. to take me out. That's not a real threat, by the way, people. Have you ever thought about getting a CFP? Honestly, I haven't, man. When it comes to like financial advising, those jobs are so commission heavy. It takes years to like build up a good base of customers and clients, and then you have to have pretty solid assets under management. And honestly, like I might make a video on this too. Like I think most people don't need a financial advisor. Now, if you're very undisciplined with your money and you're just stupid, which a lot of people are, not saying they're not, then maybe you do, but like giving someone 1% a year costs you so much money over a long period of time. And I feel like in this day and age, like compared to like the 80s or 90s, there's really no excuse to not have financial literacy. Like you can just go watch a YouTube channel. Like you could watch literally my YouTube channel and get all the information you need to become financially literate. Like it may be good to have a financial, like a fee-based financial advisor where you pay them, I don't know, $200-300, you meet with them for a couple hours. That may be good for like retirement planning and once you get to like that stage of life, but overall, I think a lot of people, you really don't need an advisor unless if you're really, really just bad with money. Yeah, it's simple. It's not easy. Well said, Jesse. I completely agree. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna take another sip of this drink. Look at this fucking giant running towards me. We got 197 people in here. This is sick. Yeah, I feel financially, dude. I love to hear that, man. What's your name, Carson? Yeah, appreciate you saying that. That's kind of the goal, man. I feel like you can just learn a lot of this stuff. Like you don't, come on, move your damn foot. I feel like you can learn a lot of this stuff pretty easily online. Even if you read like, you could literally read like 2 to 3 finance books. It takes you a couple of weeks, and you could know pretty much everything you need to know. Yo, what up, John Doe? What's good, bro? John Doe 9355. What up, man? Bro, how do I get an offer? I keep getting to final interviews companies and not getting over the line. That's a good question, man. I actually went through a phase before I got this job where I was like interviewing at the same company over. It was a big company too. And they kept interviewing me for all these different positions and they would not give me a final offer because they would just hire internally. It was almost like they were just using me to be the external candidate, but they knew they weren't going to hire me. What I would say to you, man, is maybe if there's little things you can do to sell yourself a tiny bit better, look into that. But besides that, if you're getting to final interviews and you're hitting final round interviews consistently, it's just a matter of time. It really is. Like you're going to get hopefully a good offer coming up pretty soon, and then you can, get to where you want to go. But yeah, if you're consistently hitting final round interviews, then you're doing exactly what you need to do. Unless if there's something in the final round interviews that make it way harder and you feel like you're bombing them, then I would try to, update your strategy with interviewing in the final rounds. But that's like one of the few things I'm really good at. I would actually say is like my job interviews. Because a lot of times it's literally, you're just speaking to your experience. You're like, okay, this is what I've done here. This is what you're looking for. This is how the things I've done applies to what you're looking for. Are we aligned? You can literally ask them. Like sometimes I've asked people in interviews, like, I do think actually, yeah, I'm going to talk about this for a second. I think the questions you ask in the interview matters a lot more than people realize. Because they're going to ask you at the end of an interview, whether it's the first round, third round, final round, whatever, they're going to ask you, oh, do you have any questions for us? And those questions you ask are a lot more important than people realize. One of the best questions you can ask at the end of an interview is, I would say to phrase it like this, I might butcher this a little bit, but I would say this. What is somebody who is good in this role like? What does somebody that is good in this role look like? But what does somebody that's like exceptional in this role look like? Like, how does somebody go above and beyond in this role? If you actually, yeah, just ask that. Because that's what they're looking for. They want somebody that's driven and somebody that's going to go above and beyond. So I would ask that exact question. How does somebody go above and beyond this role, and what does that look like? That one's just a banger. Hey, Gamer Champ, appreciate the $20, bro. You're a real one. Let's see what you said here. Appreciate the videos. You're one of the reasons I finally started my channel up. Hey, appreciate you, man. Gamer commentary, help me. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to run around and read your thing as well. Let's see. Okay, gamer commentary, help me as a lost kid, so I'd like to pay it forward. Hey, no, I love that, man. Good shit, bro. That's awesome. Yeah, that was a good question. What they were talking about a second ago. Okay, I need to get a shovel. Can somebody help me? Where do I find the shovel here? See, like I should be digging shit up right now. I should be going ham, but I'm not. JP, how do I balance risky versus safe holdings? I'm young. I spent my first year exclusively investing into Bitcoin. I now only purchase VU. and other safe ETFs, but want a chance to retire early. You can retire early buying consistent assets. That is a huge misconception people have, is they're like, oh, if the market only gives me 8 to 10% a year, I'm never going to retire early. You can retire early on very consistent assets. The main thing you need to focus on to retire early is growing your income. That is like the number one thing, because you can only play such good defense when it comes to like your finances. You can only save so much money, but you, oh shit, I need to get out of there. But your income can go up a lot. Thank God I got out of there. I believe the lightning tunnel also has a shovel. Thank you. I'm going to go look for the lightning tunnel. I think it's back by number 5, generator 5, or the wind tunnel. Okay. Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, because 2 people have shovels. One of us doesn't. JP, what do you think about the ETF DRAM? I'm not huge on DRAM. I'll be real. There's some people in my Discord that love it. I'm not big on it. The reason I'm not is because like it's basically placing a bet on like not that many stocks. There's literally like 3 to 5 stocks that like make up most of the weight of the DRAM ETF. So to me, it's not much different than just buying. I'm not placing the gram fund. To me, it's not much different than just buying like a couple of stocks. Honestly, I like ones that are a little bit more diversified. And I know that VU obviously is very concentrated into a couple of stocks as well, like the Mag 7, but the difference between VU and something like DRAM is DRAM. Literally with DRAM, you could have like, I'm pretty sure the top 5 stocks make up like 60% of the weight in it. Like VU's not that heavy. It's not that concentrated. What are your thoughts on Anduril? I believe that's the defense company you're talking about. That's what's his name? Palmer Luckey. I actually like the CEO a lot. He seems like he's really smart. I don't know anything about the actual company besides the fact that it's a defense stock. Let's see. Okay. Find a career that you enjoy and has lots of safeguards. No, I agree, Bob. Well said, brother. Damn, look at this guy pack-a-punching. He's got a zombie shield. He's got all kinds of bullshit. All right, I need to get out of here. Move. Are you interested in emerging markets? Not really. Why or why not? Do you have fears about American exceptionalism? I really don't have fears about American exceptionalism. Goddamn, if I could say that word. When it comes to, I need to stay away from that. When it comes to, sorry, wait, what did I just read? I completely blanked out. Oh, the reason I don't care much about emerging markets is because I'm not going to try to sit there and predict what countries are going to do well and which ones aren't. When it comes to the US, I know that the best tech stocks and the best companies in the world are all here. Don't get me wrong. Some other countries definitely have some great companies, but like, I don't know, man. I'm just such a bull on the US. If I didn't believe in the US, what I can always do is just still buy an ETF that has, international holdings like VXUS, or you could just, even instead of buying VTI or VU, you can buy VT, which is the total stock market, like the total world stock market. So let's see. Good consensus. Thanks for answering. America is the home of capital and capitalism. Yeah. Capitalism definitely has its downsides too. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's like a perfect system, but I do believe you can work really hard and you can do really well in a capitalist society. I think other societies, it's harder to move up financially. Like if you're an average person, it's hard to move up from being average to being like the top 20%, like, come on, give me the gun. There we go. All right. Do I even need a shovel? It looks like we have, oh no, we still need the ice. Okay. No, I think I do need a shovel. US will fall off soon. My only problem with people saying that is you guys have been saying that for so long. Like people love to say, oh, this is late stage capitalism. It's like that's been said for like Ray Dalio, for example. He's a really big finance guy. He has been saying that the US is going to die for like over a decade plus now. It's like, how many years can you be wrong before somebody just calls you a fucking idiot? I'm not saying the US is going to, always dominate. There's definitely going to be periods where it underperforms, but I think long term it will always at least hang in there. It'll always bounce back. That's my take. Okay, we got to get this generator 6. JP, why are you such a beast? I don't know, man. Appreciate it. I'm just kidding. Nobody said that. Just making up fake chats. That'd be so funny. I think I've seen some streamers do that. Can I just get a fucking shovel, bro? Actually, I think there's one back by the spawn. I need to get out of this crazy place that I know this place can be. Let me get out of that. This guy's down. I mean, do I even want to deal with him? Probably not. What is this? What does this give me? Oh, did that just end the round? You're welcome, bro. Oh, wait. I think there's a shovel down here sometimes. I swear I've seen one. Let me see. Go to the church for the shovel. Okay, I'm in the church, bro. Where in the church? I thought it's like right over here or something. See, not there. Not there. Black Ops 3 is peak. Yeah, Black Ops 3, bro. Black Ops 3 Zombies, bro, is goated. It's just the best. What is this? Craft the Maxis drone. Actually, I don't want to be that guy. Hey, man, good videos. Thanks, Flares. Appreciate you, bro. We got 198 people in here, man. This is sick. But yeah, if you guys like the streams, if you enjoy the streams, I'm going to be doing another one in a couple of weeks. I think the plan is to do it Friday, July 10th. So that'll be dropping then. Is there a shovel over here? No shovel, no shovel, no shovel. I don't know what sending jewels is, but I always see that in these chats. I think it's a good thing. I don't know. You guys ever seen that video? The guy, it's like, come on, send more galaxies. His name's like Hub's Life or something. There's this guy on TikTok. I actually started following him for a while, where he would just document his 9 to 5 and just like being like normalizing the norm, I think is what he would say, where he would just literally just show up to work, log in, and that was it. Like he would just log in, drive back home, make dinner. Like he just had a very normal life, and he got very popular doing it. Like he got a huge following, like I think over like 1 million people. And then he basically just quit his 9 to 5 and a bunch of people turned on him. Because his entire brand, that's one thing I don't understand what people do, is they'll build an entire brand behind something and then they will switch it and then people will switch up on them and then they'll be confused why. It would be like if I like took a gambling sponsorship. I would hope that my audience would go, JP, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like I would hope that you guys would say that, because that is so off brand. There's a shovel, oh my God. Because that is so off brand from what I talk about on this channel. Like, I don't know why people do that. Like, I even see this in music sometimes. Like, I listen to a lot of EDM, and there's this one EDM artist that he doesn't make music as much anymore, but his name's Getter, and he makes, like, dubstep, like, very aggressive music, right? Like, rhythm, dubstep, shit like that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just basically speaking Chinese to you at this point. But long story short, he made this album. I think it was called, like, Visceral or something like that, and it was a lot calmer. It wasn't aggressive at all. And then in his shows, he was playing the album, and people were, like, hating on it, which you shouldn't be booing people during a show. Like, that's fucked up. Especially when they drop a new album, you should expect them to play the new album at the show. But then he, like, basically canceled his tour and, like, stopped making music for a while because of that. Now he has a different, like, alias that he goes under called Tara Reid, and he raps and shit. Honestly, the rapping's kind of fire, though. It sounds like 90s rap. Yeah, the Sut dude. Yeah, Getter. Yeah, Getter's the guy that goes, oh, Sut, dude. I remember that meme back in like 2016, 2017. The real bros of Simi Valley. Him and like Nick Coletti, hella funny. One thing, I don't even know if I've talked about this that much on this channel, but I don't think I've talked about this at all, honestly, but I love comedy. Like I love comedy movies from like the 2010s. I love stand-up comedy. I'm a big comedy guy. I haven't watched any good stand-up in a little while, but didn't he make a Pink Guy remix song? He might have. I'm not sure. I like EDM a lot, though. I listen to a lot of trap music. And normally when I say trap, people think of rap, because that is, I think, a style of rap. But no, I like EDM trap. It's a lot different. I listen to rap music a lot, too, though. Step Brothers versus Tropic Thunder. That's a goated question right there. Yeah, I love Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis is great, man. Step Brothers versus Tropic Thunder. That's such a tough question, bro. Honestly, I'm probably going to go with Step Brothers. I still love Tropic Thunder, though. I love how, like, low-key offensive Tropic Thunder is. Like, you could not drop Tropic Thunder today. It would get shit on. But back in the day, that shit was peak. Okay, everyone's got their staff except me. Look at me, struggling. The one I really like, I like The Other Guys a lot. That movie is hilarious. Let's see. Yeah, Shane Gillis is hilarious. If you guys like Shane, you should listen to Matt McCusker Matt is like his co-host on this one podcast, and he is great, bro. He is so funny. It's literally like like when you go to Matt and Shane's podcast, it's literally called that. It's called Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. If you go watch that, Shane is great. Shane's obviously funny, but you stay for Matt, bro. Matt is like hilarious. Yeah, aim for the bushes. Yeah, aim for the bushes. Yep. The other guy's reference. I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly. All right, let's see here. Sorry, I got to read chat a little bit better. This Origins shit's going crazy on me right now. We're on round 13. Okay. Do a desk pop right now. Yeah, no, for real. And he just shoots it up in the air. That's one thing that's interesting is like what types of movies. Like for example, like comedy movies, I don't think I ever see comedies in theaters anymore. But like in the 2010s, it felt like every other movie that was dropping was a comedy film. I'm a big movie guy too. Obsession, I loved that movie. Recently watched Scary Movie. That one was okay. I mean, it's the Scary Movie series, so you're not going to expect it to be, that good. I saw a movie called The Drama with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. Would not recommend that to anybody. Really weird movie. Did not like it. Like, it wasn't even weird. It was just like, it just wasn't that good, honestly. The whole plot of the movie sucked. What's your favorite movie? Unfortunately, my favorite movie is one of the most cliche favorite movies, but Shawshank Redemption is by far my favorite movie of all time. I also love war movies a lot. My dad is like really into history and war, so like growing up, him and I would watch a lot of war films. Let's see, we're an hour and 26 minutes. Damn. Feels like we've been in here way longer. This is sick. We got 157 people in here, bro. Why are the viewers dropping off, man? What did I do, bro? What did I do to hurt y'all? I'm just kidding, bro. 150 people in here is sick. Shawshank hurts my soul, bro. It's so sad. Shawshank is sad, but it ends good. Like, the beginning is sad, but, like, the ending of that movie is so fucking good. Like, it's such a goated movie. What was that? Oh, I gotta dig. I think I have to dig to get the last part here to build the staff. I'm over here slacking. Everyone else has got their staffs, got them fully upgraded. I'm not doing shit. Have you been to a rave? If you have, what rave? I'm assuming is the question. Who did you see and who do you recommend? I've been to a ton of raves. Not recently. I'm 27. I'm kind of out of that phase of life. But I've gone to a lot of different raves. There's something called Paradiso, where it's basically at this venue called the Gorge Amphitheater. And a lot of people talk about going to see concerts at Red Rocks or like the Sphere. Both very cool venues. I haven't been there, but they look really cool. Gorge Amphitheater in Washington, probably the best venue of all time. Look it up if you haven't. Gorge and then Amphitheater. So I went to Paradiso there. I have seen almost every EDM artist under the sun at this point. My favorite ones that I've seen are ISOXO, RL Grime, Boombox Cartel, Jules, Juelz, or Juelz. So I've been to a ton of raves. I've been to Life is Beautiful. I've been to Hard Summer in Southern California. I've been to Outside Lands. Went there one year. Outside Lands was pretty cool. I don't think I'd go back. Yeah, I think I already said this one, but yeah, Life is Beautiful in Vegas. That's another one. I've been to a lot though. Oh shit! No! Shoot! Oh my gosh! Barely got out of that. Let's keep running. Yeah, the amphitheater is sick. Gorge Amphitheater, bro, goes crazy. All right, I'll talk some more about some finance shit. I know I'm kind of talking all over the place. Don't gamble, brother. America's biggest addiction. No, for real. There's a book called The Psychology of Money. I'd recommend reading it. Yeah, Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Great book. Very, very good book. Okay, let's just light this fucker up. This guy's pissing me off. Let's run. No giant. JP, have you been to a live 1997 Daft Punk? Bro, I'm not that old. I was born in 98. God damn. Let's see. How are you dealing with crypto recently? I don't have much money in crypto, so I don't really care about it. I just dollar cost average into Bitcoin. I'm going to have to pin that comment because we have a lot of people that talk about crypto. I'm just going to keep lighting his ass up. He's pissing me off. Do you own crypto or have opinions on it? Like I said, I only buy crypto through the Coinbase credit card, so that's the main way that I own crypto. It's just through that. And that's not much at all. Like, I literally have like 500, if not $600 in Bitcoin. That's about it. Okay, I think they built the purple staff for me. So let me go run down and grab that. Actually, I should probably kill this guy first. Favorite zombies map? Great question, bro. Honestly, probably Shadows of Evil. Shadows of Evil is probably my favorite map of all time. I really like I like Ascension a lot. I like Derice a lot. Derizendrach I did not play growing up, but I played it recently and I completely understand the hype, like the hype of it. I think Derizendrach is such a good map. Origins I want to like, but it's just so fucking complex. I don't like maps where they make the Easter egg way too complex. That's my problem with Origins, honestly. Like, if it wasn't so complex, I wouldn't mind it. But, like, for example, like Garad Crovy, that's another map on Black Ops 3 here. That map, like, in order to do the Easter egg, you have to go onto a website and shit to, like, figure it out. Like, I hate that. Like, it should not be... Oh, my God, I thought this would give me ammo. God damn it. Like, I hate that, bro. Okay, I think I can go down here and get a staff. Let me see, because I think they built it. Let's check. Hopefully they did. If not, I'm just cooked right now, but we'll see. Infinite War Zombies is really good. Yeah, I think they have like Zombies in Spaceland. People really like that one. Where do I go to get the other bow? I go to like the crazy place, I think, right? Let me go back up. If I can make it back up, we'll see. Okay, we made it back up. Good job. Maybe I just buy this. Yeah, I need something lighter weight. Let's grab that. You got a giant coming. Okay, let's see here. Do you own any mid cap or small caps? I actually don't. Or at least I don't think I do through my ETFs. I might a little bit through like SCHD or VUG, but VU I do not. Because obviously that's just the 500 largest companies. Yeah, Zombies in Spaceland I've heard is really good. I've never played that before, so maybe I got to dabble with that a little bit. Black Ops 4 Zombies, I don't think that's a hot take, man. I've watched some more zombies like YouTubers the past couple of months, and a lot of people like that one. People like Black Ops 4. I also love the Money Guy show. What's your favorite perspective of theirs? My favorite perspective of theirs is always be buying. That saying, I love that they say that because there's not many people that are out there saying that right now. Because a lot of people are like, it's so easy to go online and be like, the market's at an all-time high, it's going to crash. Like, everybody sounds like a genius when they're talking about the market crashing, and then they're wrong for another year or two, and it's like whatever, you know? I love that the Money Guy show says always be buying. That's definitely my favorite, like, perspective or take that they have. I don't watch them as much anymore, but I did watch them a ton for a while. How do I get down to the crazy place to get this? I keep wanting to say bow, but it's not, obviously not a bow. To get one of the staffs. If anybody could help me with that. Obviously, I'm stupid when it comes to Origins. We're not doing bad, though. Round 15. Haven't even gone down once. Decent amount of kills. Tornado's carrying us, looks like. Dude, let's see, dude. You get Infinite Warfare, I'll re-download it. Yeah, Josh, I might have to. I might have to, bro. I think I should get Black Ops 4 first. There's one map, though, I actually have not played yet, and people are going to clown me for this. I've never played the map Buried. Never played it. Not even once. So I might have to... You need to pick up the record player from another tunnel. Okay. Or just find the tunnel that has the record player. Okay, got it. Luckily, I know where the tunnels are. I think. Let's see. Let's go here. Switch this. Run down here. Yeah, I think they're going down here, it looks like. Look at them disappearing. There's a table at the end of the tunnel. Yes. Okay, here we go, boys. Bam. We in this bitch. Finally. Maybe the viewers will pick back up a little bit. Okay, how do I get the bow now from here? So I'm in the tunnel. They're doing some crazy shit. What is going on right now, bro? Okay, they left the crazy place. I think I can get the bow from somewhere down here. Or not, I keep calling it the bow. Sorry, the staff. I know this Easter egg like the back of my hand. Well, Lucas, if you have Xbox, bro, add me. The green alpaca, right there. Add me on Xbox, bro. Teach me the Easter egg. Oh, no, I'm getting trapped in this shit. That sucks. I'm about to go down. Cooked. Grab the crystal from the purple pedestal. Fuck, bro. If only I read that a minute sooner. Bro, 151 people in here. This is awesome, though. Appreciate you guys spending a little bit of time hopping in the stream on a Saturday, bro. This is awesome. This is legit. Let's see. Let me go to... Let's go over here. Okay. Will he heal me? Oh, I think he got the heal. Come on. I got a finesse. I got a finesse. No, 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 no. Okay, come on. Come on now. What is bro doing? The problem is I want to learn this map, but I try to play it on solo, and it's so hard on solo, and it takes forever. Okay, wait. Okay, so they built the staff, it looks like. Where do I grab it? Maybe I grab it over here. Thoughts on Chase Talks. He makes documentary vids, and they're tech-focused. I have no clue who that is. I'm going to just keep it real. I have no clue who that is, bro. Am I getting in trouble here for teleporting? I don't know. We'll see. He's knifing me. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe I'm going the wrong way. Oh, grab it below the excavation site at Pack-a-Punch. Okay, bet. Oh, he's telling me where to go. What's his name? Chessbox. I don't really watch many, like, tech YouTubers. Because a lot of times tech YouTubers are just, like, the biggest, like, consumers of all time, bro. Like, they're literally, like, buying new tech shit every week. I'm like, that is the opposite of me. Like, I could not be further than that. Like, I'll maybe get a new iPhone once every 3 to 4 years. Okay, I'm going to follow him. He's definitely guiding me right now. JP, I'm 20. I live in Austria. Shout out Austria, bro. Are you familiar with any advice for me as a complete beginner? I don't know a lot about investing in other countries. That's something I need to look into. The thing that's tough when it comes to Europe is every country has so many different, like, laws and regulations around investing. So that part is... Okay, where's the staff? I thought it'd be down here, bro. This is some bullshit. What does it say? You have received the lightning staff. Where? Am I stupid? Maybe I am. A lot of tech YouTubers. A lot of tech YouTubers are like Linus, Shill Tips. Yeah, I don't know much about tech YouTubers. That is an area of YouTube I have never been into and I never will be into. Okay, do I grab the lightning staff? Yes. Okay. Okay, here we go. Damn. Okay, this is pretty sick. Look at them doing all the work for me. Each staff can only be held by one player. That's what I thought. Okay, I'm going to follow this guy. He seems to know what he's doing. Get the double points. Got 144 people in here. What is good? You're going to have to go down crazy place to upgrade. Okay, got it. Yeah, because right now it looks like everyone else is upgraded besides the ice staff and myself. So I'm going to follow this guy here. He seems to know what to do. I have all the staff codes memorized since 2013, bro. I got to get like you. Do I go down here? I think I do. Because this takes me to the crazy place. Reloading the staff. Okay, there we go. Oh. Let's get your ass. Oh, no, 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 no. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving, boys. Okay. I'm down in the crazy place. Do I have to do some shit with this to upgrade it? No. Do I do some shit over here? Probably. No, I don't really trust that. Nothing there. Okay. In the UK, it feels like everyone sits on welfare and the only way out is investing. See, that's the thing that I like about the US is I feel like it's so much easier to move up. Not that it's easy for everyone, because it's not, but like there's certain, like sometimes people comment, they'll be like, bro, how are you investing $40,000? I don't even make like 10,000 pounds a year. I'm like, damn, man. Like, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, it just feels like it's way harder to do well in other countries. Okay, he placed his staff right there. Do I have to worry about like these? Let me see. Swap for wind staff. No, I don't want the wind staff. How do I get this purple one to like go up? Let me see. We'll need to look it up. Shoot on the triangles at the bottom in the order of 1, 3, 6. Okay, the triangles by the purple thing. Thank you. Maybe this is how I learn the Easter egg, is I just go on stream. And I just let... Oh my gosh, I'm getting trapped in this thing. Dude, how do I maneuver? Oh my gosh, bro, I'm so bad. All right, let's talk more finance stuff. I know I've been kind of slacking over here. These zombie maps are my favorite part of gaming culture. Origins, the Iron Dragon, the Journey. Yeah, zombies is so fun, bro. That's the thing with multiplayer. Like, multiplayer is fun and I enjoy it, but like I feel like I can't read chat as well with multiplayer because I'm just like playing it the whole time. I mean, obviously zombies kind of similar right now. How do I get to my fucking purple thing, bro? All these stones are pissing me off, high key. Okay, he said shoot the bottom one in one the order of 136. 1 3. No, 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 no. Okay, 1 3 4 5. No, bruh. I'm so close. JP lock in flawless. I know, bruh. Okay. 1 3. Can you protect me, bro? Okay, I'm over this. I'm so over this. I'm getting fucking murked. Imagine I just rage quit right now. Yo, what up, aggro? Welcome, bro. He said, hey, JP, I'm 21 and I'm planning on pausing my investing. Let me see here. Bro, my staff's upgraded. I'm just kidding. Pausing my investing so I can hit financial savings goals of 15 to move out and buy a car. Will this hinder my growth long term? No, I don't think it is, man. I think if you got to temporarily save for a little bit to, be able to reach a goal, I don't think that's a bad idea at all. I guess the only question I would ask you is like, are you saving up money to move out because you feel like you need to move out, or you genuinely like want to move out? As long as you moving out is not like a societal pressure thing, that is the main thing. And I also don't want you to move out if it's going to put you in a worse financial position. Okay, let's try this purple staff shit one more time. 136. Okay, he said the bottom. Okay, so there's 1 3 4 5 6. That did fucking nothing, bro. Yeah, I'm out of this bitch. Screw this. Let's see. Looks like I'll just be the one just hindering the team here. Any advice on budgeting for travel while meeting your financial goals? One of the main things I would say for traveling is to start saving money way ahead of time. That's something even I could have done a little better when I went on the Italy trip back in May. I still did a decent job of it, but yeah, saving a lot of money ahead of time is definitely the move for that. Next do 357. Okay, Thunder, do I do 357 on the bottom or the top? I'll run back in there and I'll go do it. Thunder, you're going to have to give me the full tutorial, bro. You seem to be the main person in here that can help me. If any of you guys have Xbox, you can add me, the green alpaca. I'm always down to run some zombies or run some multiplayer. Let's see. All right, let's try this again. 357. Staff of Lightning. Okay, 357. Thunder, I need you to give me that feedback, bro. Am I doing 357 at the bottom? It's on the bottom after doing 357. Wait a few seconds and do 246. Okay, got it. Got it. Let's... Dude, these rocks are driving me nuts, though, bro. I feel like I'm in a maze. How do I get over that bullshit? These things will lift up any second. Okay, 357 on the bottom. Okay, so there's 3. There is 3, 4, 5, 7. Let's wait a couple seconds. Okay, now I said do 2, 4, 6. There's 2, 4, 6, and I'm down. Fuck me. That's why it's called a crazy place. Yeah, it's getting a little too crazy for me in here, bro. Can you go a little more in depth about those societal pressures involved with moving out of your parents' home? Just curious to know if you got any ideas on handling that internal criticism. I actually made a video on this. Flawless. If you could go into my channel and go find the video that's talking about parents moving out, you should be able to search it. If you could link that in the chat, that'd be awesome. But the main thing, my main take when it comes to moving out of your parents' house is if you're in your early 20s, totally do not feel bad about living with your parents. That is a great move, and it should put you very ahead financially, assuming you don't have bills. Maybe they make you pay very minimal bills, right? Maybe it's a grocery bill here, or I don't know, little things. But I think in your early 20s, living with your parents is a great move. I think in your mid 20s, I'm talking 24, 25, 26, 27, kind of around there, I think that is the time where you should start looking to transition out of moving like moving out of your parents. That way you can live on your own. You can get some independence. You'll get a lot more confidence when you live on your own. And then I think in your late 20s, you got to be moved out. Because I think at that point, like when you're like 28, 29, 30, if you're still living at home with your parents, it actually becomes more of a social like setback. Like it's very hard, especially if you want to get married and have kids, very hard to meet women. And like if you're 29 years old and you're living at home with your parents, not a good sell, you know? Because then a lot of girls will look at you and go, okay, well, what have you been doing the past 10 years? Like, okay, let's say you got out of college at 22. If you're still 30 years old living at home with mom and dad, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not judging you, but I do think there's a social setback to that after a certain age. And I think in your late 20s is when you'll see that biggest like setback from that. Let's see. He said, I'm Asian, so my mom wanted me to live with her forever. Haha. Who cares what others think? Just do you. Yeah, I agree overall. I just think you don't want to get to a position where like you're literally having a hard time even going on dates because the girl thinks you're a total loser because you're 30 living at home. And I understand in other countries that's very normal, but we're not in other countries. I'm talking about the US specifically. In the US, it's frowned upon. Let's just be real. It is. Nobody looks at the guy living at home. You could be a millionaire and be 30 years old and live at home, and people don't like, it's almost like they don't respect you in a way. I'm not saying I don't, but I just feel like overall society doesn't. But you still, overall, you shouldn't care what people think. But at the same time, I mean, if you want to get married and have kids, you don't want to have that setback. You don't want to have that problem. I'm about to go down again, bro. I'm just running through this maze of rocks. Yeah, this is brutal. I'm black. My mom was like, peace. That's pretty funny. The people judging be drowning in debt judging. Added some context above if you got a sec. Yeah, let me read that. Mostly because living by myself in college is pretty sad compared to living at home with my parents and dogs. Yeah, I mean, for you, if you like living at home better, like it looks like you said you're 24. Yeah, dude, if you're living at home with your parents at 24, not a big deal at all. It's not a big deal anyways, but like, for example, one thing that is kind of interesting, and I want to be clear, I'm not trash talking here, but there's a YouTuber named Humphrey Yang. He's a big finance YouTuber, and I think he lived with his parents throughout most of his 20s, and he's super wealthy. But like, I think he's 34 or 35 now, and I think he's having trouble dating, and I think part of the reason is because he didn't move out sooner. I could be wrong. I don't know what he's like socially, but like, I think that makes it hard. Like, there's a certain time where like the dating pool is a lot larger than when you hit a certain age. Like, by the time you hit 31 or 32, a lot of times the women you could be, meeting or dating, they might already have kids or they might have already gone through a divorce, compared to like when you're like 26 or 25 or 24, there's a lot more like, I don't know, the dating pool is just bigger. There's a lot more options. A lot of guys are incel, let's be honest here. Yeah, the incel thing, man, that's a path of failure. I feel like it's hard to do very well if you're an incel. Like, I actually have a pretty strong take on the incel stuff. Let's see. I still live with my parents, but I'm planning on moving out and getting an apartment with my brother. Good shit, bro. Love that. I'm gonna be right back, guys. I gotta take a quick piss here, and then I'll be back and we'll run some more zombies. I'll probably play either Shino Numa or Noctur Untoten. We'll see. One of those two. But I'll be right back. Wow, did they put me into Origins again? That is heinous. Bro, I'm always washing my hands. You guys are tripping. Okay, there we go. We got it back up. He should wash just one hand. I gotta wash both hands, bro. No, I'm just playing. Let's see here. The fuck, Soap? What's wrong with you? The controller has COVID. Nah, bro. COVID's been irrelevant for years. Let's see. Quick question for you. You always assume 10% your returns on... I'm getting out of this game. On the global/US market based on the past 5 to 6 decades, do you have any doubts of that trend breaking with all the instability globally? I don't. I mean, there has been times where we've gone into wars, we've had oil crisis, we've had so many different things that have happened. There's been so many times where the market could have really bad periods, and sometimes it does, but it tends to bounce back. So, let's see. Currently in my last semester of college. Yeah, I think the market will always like persevere. I'm not worried about, the market. Like the market might go through a phase where it has a lost decade or something, but I think even then long term it'll still bounce back. Let's see here. Party privacy is open. Yeah, if you guys want to join, you can hop in. The COVID comment made me actually laugh out loud. Yeah, no, that was pretty funny, Texan. I'm surprised we still have so many people in here. We've been going for an hour and 50 minutes. Should I go for 2.5 hours or should I stop in 10 minutes? What do you guys think? Can I do a poll? Is that a thing? Engage with your audience. Oh, nice. Okay. Should I go for 2.5 hours or stop in 10 minutes? Yes or no? Start poll. Where the fuck is the poll? Oh, there we go. Alrighty, let's see. He's about to send us some money. Stop in 10, don't drag it out, W stream. Okay, I may stop in 10, let's see. Oh, wait, yeah, damn. Actually, okay, it is a yes or no question, though, because I'm asking you. Oh, here we go, I got that invite. It's a yes or no. If you want me to drag it out, vote yes. Not drag it out, but if you want me to... Let's see, did I accept that? Yeah, I did. If you want me to go for 2.5 hours, vote yes. If you want me to stop, vote no. Whatever you guys want to do. All right, let me add you, bro. Let me see here. Caden. How do I invite you to the game? Let me see. Zombies. Can you recreate the intro for 5? That'd be sick. Start a game at the 2-hour mark and play it till it ends. Bet. It's a good idea, Marcus. All right, most of the people are saying, dude, Dylan's, I apologize if I keep going for 2.5 hours, brother. I don't mean to drag it out, man. Take a sip of this drink real quick. Can you make a cool emblem? Yeah, I can. What do you think of QQQM as part of a CMA investment account? What is CMA investment account? For some reason, I don't recognize that. QQQM, though, seems really good, though. If you want to focus on tech long term, if you're bullish on tech, QQQM is great. Bro is sipping on water, calling it drink. No, I'm not sipping on water. I'm still sipping on this Bloom Sparkling Energy. Let's see. I'll be at 50K in savings and investments next month, reaching for that 100K in 2 years. Good shit, bro. Greetings from the Netherlands. Bro, it is crazy how many people are from like different countries that watch my channel. I'm so surprised by that. And also, one thing I'm curious about is I appreciate your guys' support, but why do you watch my channel? Because I mainly just talk about US shit. Like, I'm not even... Oh, cash management account. A brokerage through Merrill Edge. Yeah, I mean, if it's just a regular like brokerage type account, bro, I think QQQM could be great. This is a great question, Timeless. How do you balance making vids while working full-time and or continuing to have unique video ideas? All right, I got to just go into a game here. Sorry, bro. Let me see. We'll just play something simple. We'll play Knocked. Let me see. Okay, so how do I balance videos while working full-time? The main thing I do is I set time aside every week to make sure I'm spending enough time on videos. That's like one of the biggest things. And so making sure I can put away at least like 12 to 15 hours a week is one of the main things because I have to be consistent with making videos. That's like, for me, it's just not even an option. Like if I am not in the mood to make a video one week, I'm just still going to do it. And then how do I continue to have unique video ideas? One of the main things I do is I have, whether it's on my notes app or whether it's on a spreadsheet, I have a bunch of video ideas listed out. So then I can always just pull from that if I can't think of new ideas. And sometimes I'll go maybe a week or two and I won't think of a single video idea, but I still have that pool of ideas I can tap into. And then maybe just randomly one day in a 2-week period, I'll just think of 4 or 5 video ideas. Or maybe I'll think of one on a Monday and then 2 more on Thursday. So they kind of just hit me at random times. So that's kind of how I keep like unique video ideas going. What made you decide to stream? Do you do it often? No, I do not do it often, man. This is my second stream ever. So Boosie Fade. I talked to the Charles Schwab himself when he said to keep up the good work, JP, and I totally didn't make that. I love that, bro. That sounds totally realistic. You should do streams where you play with your viewers. I'm down to, man. I just need somebody to invite me right now. Still waiting for that invite. Let me go here. I'll accept your invite too, or accept your friend request. Follow-up question. Do you write scripts or like a loose? I do a loose video outline. That is a great question. Some people will ask me, they're like, oh, do you like how do you have time to fully script your videos? I don't have time to fully script my videos. I'm not writing out every single word I'm saying. Very similar to so I majored in finance, obviously, in business classes in college. And I think even in high school, they probably taught you this. They always say, like, don't look at the PowerPoint, like just have a bullet point, and then that should give you a talking point for the next like 30 seconds or a minute or 2 minutes or whatever. That's how I make my videos. I have an outline with a couple of bullets, and then I just do that. So like that's the main thing I do there is I like to just have like an outline, and it makes it a lot easier. The reason I don't like scripting for videos is because I do not want to sound like I'm reading, because when people are reading, you can very clearly tell it sounds like this cadence and they're stuck on it most of the time. Like, I don't like talking like that. I want to talk the way that I talk, and so that's why I do the bullets. Cub, can you just throw us into like Nocturne Toten or just something simple? Do you have stocks in Take-Two? No, I do not. I only have ETFs. But yeah, Cub, you can do either Nocturne Toten, Verruct, or Shino Numa. Let's do one of those. That way it's like an easier map. Team Deathmatch. Oh, okay. Never mind. There we go. Yeah, no, I do not own any Take-Two stock. One thing I think a lot of people don't understand is when it comes to Take-Two stock, they own... I'm down for Moon if you want to run Moon. Yeah, that works. The problem with Take-Two stock is a lot of people think, oh, once GTA comes out, Take-Two stock is going to take off. You guys, Take-Two stock has already priced in GTA's release. What I mean by that is it's already factored into the stock price. It's not new news that it's coming out. So like that's one thing I would say. You guys are going to have to help me with Moon. I've barely played Moon. The only thing I know is that there's those little screens at the beginning and you have to memorize the colors as they show them. It's like a little memory game. I had a question for you guys, actually. What do you want me to talk about in the next stream? If you guys have any topics, let me know. I can drop them on my notes thing. That way I can do that. Somebody asked a good question a minute ago. Let me find it. Let me see. Somebody had a good question. Where was it? Okay, I gotta get out of here though. I know in the beginning of Moon, that's what you gotta do. You gotta get the fuck out. Somebody asked something about having direction in life, I thought. Let me see. Was that a minute or two ago? Stream froze, I think. No, it didn't freeze flawless. I was just... Oh, shit. Okay, we gotta teleport, I thought, right? What are we doing, bro? Oh my god, this is heinous. This is heinous. Don't you teleport out, or am I tripping? Oh my god, all of us are down. All right, let's just restart this. This is a nightmare, bro. Okay, lovely. Moon Easter egg is gambling the map. Got it. Thoughts on IBIT? I'm not sure what that is. I have a Series X. I'm playing on an older Xbox One right now, though. Different tax advantaged accounts. Yeah, I could do that. I mean, I've talked about the 401k. I've talked about a Roth IRA. The HSA is the only one left I kind of feel like I need to talk about. Which YouTubers do you secretly view as your biggest competitors? I don't really view the other YouTubers as, yeah, a whole 46 seconds, bro. I know we did horrible. That was actually heinous. I don't really view any other YouTubers in like our niche as competitors, because what people don't understand is, let's say there's a YouTuber in this niche that gets a video that pops off and it gets 500,000 views, right? Those, when people are watching that video that gets 500,000 views, on the side of that video, there's a good chance my video could get recommended to them. So it's kind of like if somebody starts to pop off, like the whole tide rises, the whole niche does well. So I don't really view any others as competition. I think we all kind of have our own little styles and caveats, and I think that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. IBIT is an ETF that tracks Bitcoin. I mean, that seems decent, man. I would just ask you, why not just own Bitcoin at that point? Yeah, let's just do Knocked. That works, Cub. That's hilarious. We literally lasted 45 seconds. That's brutal. Lower the gain in your mic. People are already telling me to turn it up, Flawless. Let's see. What would you recommend ETF-wise for, what's an SIPP account? Yeah, I know Slow Stack. I like his content a lot. I like his tier list content that he does. It's pretty cool. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is the question. Thank you, Tutor, for resending that. Advice on being anxious and depressed when starting corporate in early 20s. I don't know how I'm going to do another 40 years of this. This is a very, very valid perspective to have, because I've been in this position when I was like 21 and 22. I was very resistant to the 9 to 5, man. One of the main things I would say, and a lot of people disagree with this, but I would say just find a job that works decent for you. It doesn't need to be some job where you're, I mean, obviously, like, I want you to find a job that you're happy and you enjoy doing, but try to just find a job that is decent and that you're not miserable doing. That is one of the first things, because when you're in a job that's miserable, oh my God, picturing doing another 40 years of that is just brutal. Like, you know, just being in that position, it adds a lot of anxiety. And the main thing I realize is, if you want to retire early and if you don't want to work for 40 years, you either got a couple of options. You either got to win the lottery, which that's very unlikely, or you got to invest a shit ton of money and try to retire early, because we all know time is money. The more money you have, the less time. Like, if you won the lottery tomorrow for $100 million, you could just retire. You know what I mean? Even $5 million, you could retire. So I would say the main thing I would try to tell you is if you can, try to find a job that is decent. I'm not saying it's got to be 10 out of 10 happiness. You don't want one that's 4 out of 10 on the happiness scale. Maybe a 6 or a 7 out of 10, something you can tolerate. And then try to, if you can, work up, whether that is getting promotions, whether that is applying internally to other teams, whether that is job hopping, whatever that looks like for you, just go for that. And then the main thing I've learned with the 9 to 5 stuff is the only way out is through. So, I mean, that's what I've learned. A lot of people may disagree with that. Or you can find a job you absolutely love and you want to do it for 40 years. But that, for me, I don't want to do. I don't want to keep getting up at 7 in the morning and getting ready and going to work and driving 30, 40 minutes one way. I don't want to do that for the next 40 plus years. So I definitely understand that. JP, what's your take on SPMO? SPMO has recently caught my attention. I'm glad you brought that up. I might even do a whole video on SPMO. It's basically like a momentum-based ETF that picks like some of the best like momentum stocks in the S&P 500. I might be butchering that a little bit, but I think it's a very interesting ETF. Oh, whoops, I don't even have enough. What am I doing? Bro, I'm stuck in customer service with a computer science degree. Bro, start applying elsewhere, man. Do whatever. Even if you got to take like a low paying job or something, like try to, because yeah, customer service with a computer science degree, I know that's probably like a super just annoying position to be in, especially because you have that degree. You buy the RK5, man. This shit goes hard. I don't want to do that. So you don't like your current job and life setup. No, I'm not saying I don't like my current job. I can tolerate my current job, and I do like it. There are certain aspects of it, but just working a 9 to 5, I don't like. Like, I don't like getting up every day and doing that 40 plus hours a week. Like if I could have it in my ideal way, I would do YouTube full time. But the reality is that's just not realistic for me right now. But like I can tolerate my job, and there are certain things about it I do really like. But do I want to do that till I'm 65? Fuck no. That's literally the only reason I'm investing, so that I don't have to work long term. Like, yeah, I want to build wealth, but the only reason I want to build wealth is to get time back and have freedom to do whatever I want. And also because I want to spend more time with my family. That's also another interesting dynamic when it comes to the 9 to 5 is like, you may spend a ton of time trying to grind out the 9 to 5, but then you're spending less time with your family. So you got to find that balance, which is really hard, especially at certain levels. Right now, I'm not at that level where I'm working nonstop, but let's see here. Yeah, one thing I would also say, going off the computer science degree, what you guys were just talking about, it's very common to have a job that is not like what your degree is in. So don't be discouraged by that, I would say. Let's see, we're officially 2 hours and 5 minutes into this stream, bro. Appreciate you guys still tuning in. 125 people. We've gone down a little bit, but for all you guys, this is a core group of 25 right here. These are the real motherfuckers. They're 2 hours deep into the stream. They haven't done anything all day because they've been watching my stream. I appreciate that, man. Or maybe they're doing shit right now while watching the stream. Some guy at the beginning said he was an Amazon driver. He was listening to me while he was driving, so that was pretty sick. Let's see here. Would you ever remake the same video over again? Since people never go back and watch old videos. Maybe like once a year I would do that. That's a great question. Because a lot of times people ask me stuff and I'm like, oh, I already have a video for that. But like, I understand I have a lot of videos at this point, so I don't expect people to go back and watch all of them. But yeah, that's a lot more common than you think is where people say that. I'm watching your stream while doing my leg day at the gym right now. Good shit, bro. Hack squat just absolutely murders at the gym. You ever hit a hack squat machine? That shit is tough. A lot of people say the pendulum squats are brutal. I gotta try that sometime. Oh, okay. SIP is a UK self-investment pension plan. Ah, okay. I was about to say I've never heard of that. Yeah, I mean, if self-investment pension plan. Okay, that's interesting because it's a pension, but then you're doing it on your own. Because normally a pension, I'm pretty sure, is when you like work for the state or like the federal government. Yeah, I'm not really sure how a lot of that stuff works in regards to the other countries because, I mean, I'm American, so I'm obviously not like trying to figure out how I can optimize UK investments. But I mean, if you guys can just buy the market or buy like something similar to VTI or, VU, you'll probably be pretty set long term. Do you only make one video per topic? So for example, Roth IRA, or would you make a series? For now, I only make one video per topic. I'm not a fan of YouTubers that milk the exact same content over and over. I actually hate when people do that. There's some YouTubers that do that are kind of similar to my style video where they literally post almost the exact same fucking thing every week. And I'm like, how are your subscribers not calling you out? Because like if I made the Roth IRA video, which is my biggest video, if I made that multiple times, people would be like, JP, you've already made this, bro. Like, why do you keep doing this? Like, it can be good to get, newer subscribers and people to watch it, but I would maybe do it once a year, if that. But I don't need to sit there and just keep saying the same thing over. There's only so many times you can tell people to live within their means, invest consistently, and put money into, like, tax-advantaged accounts, That's just my take. Great question, though, Dylan. All right, let's see what we got here. JP, I'm about to quit my job from consumer finance. Been there a total of 2 years, and I'm waiting to hit 1 year as a manager to leave. I have 28,000 high yield savings account and live at home. Is it the right move? What is your plan? And the reason I'm asking is, are you quitting because you're going to find a different job? I would never quit my current job unless I had something else lined up. Even if it was a different type of job in a different industry or something like that, I would never do that. But I mean, that's your call. You live at home with your parents, so there's not a ton of downside there. But yeah, no, that's my take on that. Does Bitcoin outperform VU in the next decade? I have no clue, bro. Zero clue. Got 136 now. Let's go. Me and my homies are consistently living outside of our means and accruing excessive consumer debt. Love that, bro. Just doing the complete opposite of everything I've said on my channel. That's fire. I also know you're being sarcastic because I'm not a retard, but yeah, that's pretty funny though. Bro, it is crazy how some people will just accrue debt and they don't even realize how much they're paying in interest over time. Like, even if you have 10 grand on a credit card, oh my gosh, those minimum monthly payments are brutal. Credit cards are just the worst. That's one thing that's gotten pretty funny over time is Dave Ramsey, if you guys know who that is. Dave Ramsey's more like a millennial and Gen X finance guy. But Dave Ramsey's always been super anti-debt, anti-credit cards. He's kind of the type of guy, he tells you to pay off your mortgage first. Like, that should be your first priority. I don't always agree with that. Depends on the interest rate. But the thing that's interesting about Dave Ramsey is when I was younger, he'd be like, you should not use credit cards at all. And as I've gotten older and I've met more people and seen how people interact with credit cards, I kind of agree with him a little bit. I'm not saying every person should not use credit cards, but some of the shit he says, I'm like, wait a minute. He's kind of spitting. Because people are so bad with their money. They literally are not financially responsible enough to use a credit card. They'll rack up $5,000 of credit card debt and then have no intention of paying it off anytime soon. And it's like you're literally borrowing money at like a 20 to 30% interest rate. That's a horrible move. So the credit card stuff, I've gotten a lot more. I've kind of changed my mind on it as I've gotten older. There's even some times where like I've just put money on like my debit card or like just, have it hit my regular account because I just don't want to deal with the delays of the credit cards or paying. I mean, I pay it off monthly anyways, but did this guy buy the stairs? Okay, no. Yeah, I always use my cards, but I pay it off every month. Yeah, same. I pay off my cards bi-weekly, so every time I get paid, I zero out my cards. Somebody asked a question about, let me see. When I think boomer, Dave Ramsey's the first one that comes to mind. Yeah, no, valid. A lot of the boomers love it. How much are you saving and investing a month? Normally I try to save and invest 25% to 30% of my take-home pay. The reason I don't look at my gross income is because I can't control taxes, so I'm not going to factor that in. It doesn't make sense to me to factor that in. Like, why? I can't control how much I'm getting taxed. Like, I'm just getting taxed, man. But I can control what I do with the money left over. So I try to invest 25 to 30% of my take-home. Most months, that is between $2,000 to $3,000. If it's a lower month for me, it'll be less than $2,000. If it's a higher month, it'll be over $3,000. But yeah, that's how much I try to save and invest. This back half of the year, I might start saving a little bit more cash just to kind of pump up the emergency fund because right now I have it around $10,000. I might want to get it up more to like $15,000 or $20,000. July is a 3 paycheck month for me, so if I can be pretty frugal in the month of July, guys, I might be investing a lot. We'll see though. I gotta be on top of that shit. Main thing for me is I just gotta eat more at home. It's the biggest thing. Let's see. Damn, we're back up to 141. Hell yeah. Let's see. How do you feel about it? If you invest a lot of money and become financially free in order to get some more free time to spend with your family, but if they don't do the same, they're still stuck working a 9 to 5 anyways. I mean, that's why it's really important that the person you marry is like somewhat aligned with you on your goals. You don't want somebody where you're trying to save and invest money and they're putting you in the hole. You do not want to be in that position at all. Like, I'd rather be single for the rest of my life than to ever be in a marriage like that, because that's just draining. That would be horrible. But that's why it's so important. One thing I think a lot of guys need to do nowadays, they need to be pickier about their partners and who they end up with. Like, for me, it took me a while to find my person, but I'm really happy that I have. But, like, it's okay to be picky. I think some people feel like they have to, like, settle, and you really don't. JP, what's the best Mexican chain restaurant in your opinion? Honestly, bro, I like legit Mexican food, but, I mean, Mexican chain restaurant, I don't really like any others besides Taco Bell. I always get the crunchy tacos. Those crunchy tacos are pretty fire. But I don't really, the other, Del Taco is horrible. Anybody that likes Del Taco, I do not trust. I'm trying to think what else. I've only had a few others. I haven't had a ton of them. Oh my God, I'm going down. No, we're good. Thank you, Cub. Keeping me alive there, brother. Let me throw a monkey bomb. I need a breather. Let's do that. Let's see what we got here. Let's get a respin. You just solidified your GOAT status. Thanks, bro. What did I say to solidify my... Where did you meet your significant other? We actually met through mutual friends. One of my really good friends from high school, him and I live in the same area, and her friend was dating. It currently still is. They were dating, and that's how her and I met. We met at like a bar one night. And I don't really go out much at all. Like I never go out. I was not the type of guy in my 20s to just go out every weekend. Never been a fan of that. And I also just think it's a huge waste of money. But that is how we met, surprisingly. Let's see. Let's get another respin on that. We got to get you on the grilled cheese burrito. That sounds fire. I think I've had one of those. I'm talking about when like the outside of the burrito has like the cheese melted onto it. That shit is so good. Is it bad to consider additional principal payments on a mortgage as investing? No, I don't think it's bad. I think you could consider it investing in the sense that you're building more equity by paying down the house quicker. And the house will grow and compound over time. It'll just probably grow at a lot lower rate than buying the market. But you also have the leverage side of the equation. So the only time I would put extra money into paying down principal is if my interest rate was like 6% or higher. And even then, like if it was like 6%, I'd still probably like, let's say I had $1,000 left over, I would probably invest 500 and then use 500 to pay down the principal quicker. And that's at a 6% interest rate. If it's like 3% or 4%, no chance. Like the current interest rate on my rental is 4.8%. I'm not paying that down any quicker. Not at all. There's no reason to. And I can go get 8 to 10% in the market. That's kind of the Dave Ramsey method, like I was talking about a few minutes ago, though. Like he's really big on trying to pay off your house as soon as possible. Get a 15-year mortgage, pay it off in 5 to 10 years, and you'll be rich. I don't agree with that method. Unless if the interest rate is really high on the house. I'm not big on that. Burger portfolio, I'm at 5.62%, so right in the middle. Yeah, that's kind of 5 to 6% is kind of the tough range. You could, kind of depends there. You could kind of go 50-50 like I was talking about. So like 50% of your money left over goes towards paying it down, 50% towards investments. That's kind of your call there. It just depends on your risk tolerance and what you want to do. Thoughts on putting my life savings into Wendy's stock? That is a tard move. That's very, very stupid. But, you know, Wall Street bets, man, those guys have been pumping that thing. Doritos, Locos, Tacos are where it's at. Not going to lie. Yeah, the Doritos, dude, I love Doritos. Let me just be straight up with you guys, man. I used to have, like, not a Doritos addiction, bro, but in high school, I was obsessed with Doritos. I could run through, like, 2 family-sized bags of Doritos a week. And I wasn't even fat then either, because back in high school, I had, like, a metabolism where I just would not gain weight, no matter how much I ate. But, bro, Doritos were my favorite. I had a period where I stopped eating Doritos for a couple of years, and I definitely lost at least 5 to 10 pounds because of that decision. What are your 3 favorite guns in Black Ops 3 Zombies? That's a good question. Let me think. I love the Haymaker. When the Haymaker's Pack-a-Punch, that gun's hella fun. The Locust is kind of fire, low-key, too. And then, obviously, like, Ray Gun's great. I don't even know a ton about the Wonder Weapons. I love the Wonder Weapon on Shadows of Evil, though. I forgot what it's called. Let's see. Does a pension that gives you 1/49th of your salary, so about 2% of your salary each year worked for life, and it's inflation-proof, sound better than a stock market-linked pension? I don't know a ton about pensions. I need to do more research on them, but I think a stock market linked pension would do better. It depends what your salary is though, right? Like that's a big variable. But I can't believe we have 145 people. Okay, so we've been going for 2 hours and 17 minutes right now. We're kind of ripping. I have 70% in VU, 20% VXUS, and 10% SCHD. Do you think that's fine for a 21-year-old? I would maybe go 70% is pretty good, honestly. I'd maybe go 80% VU and then drop VXUS 10. That's what I would do. Obviously, not professional financial advice, you know, but that's the only change I would maybe make there. Yeah, that's what I was wondering too, Texan. Why does he have so much in VXUS? I understand why people own VXUS, though. I mean, they want that in case the U.S. stock market struggles, they want to have international do well. So I get it. Thoughts on going back to school later in life and getting a master's? I think it could be a good move. I would make sure that before you do it, that you know for a fact that getting the master's will improve your salary big time. And if it doesn't, do not waste your time on it. Because you're also wasting a ton of time and money going back to get it. You have so much aura. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I'm just trying to, every day I'm just waking up, I'm just trying to aura farm, man. It's tough out here. But my body. Yeah, when I was singing that was pretty funny. I was surprised how many people commented on that. I'm surprised at how many people watched that video all the way through, because I did that towards the end of the video. I didn't even realize that was an R. Kelly song. And then everyone started commenting. I was like, oh, fuck, it is. I was like, damn it. I was like, R. Kelly's a little past my time. I was more of a 2010s guy when it comes to a lot of music. I've been bumping that new Drake album, though. Shit is fire. Low-key. Low-key, kind of nice. Some of his albums the past couple years have been very mid. I did like Her Loss, though. The Her Loss album with Drake and 21 Savage. I think that was in 2022. That album was so good. No, I'm not a financial advisor for my job. I'm a senior financial analyst. I work in corporate finance. Basically just ripped Microsoft Excel all week long. This past week kind of kicked my ass, but it wasn't too bad, though. I did well. There's just a lot of work. Let's see what we got here. He inspired me to be financially literate. I can't thank you enough. 21 years old in the past 8 months. Dude, love that, bro. That is like the best comment. I love when people say that. Because then I'm like, oh shit, my videos are helping people. That's cool. You know? That's a pretty cool thing. I'll take that. It's a W. I remember somebody commented a while ago on one of my videos and they're like, this guy's making Gen Z so fucking rich. I was like, damn, that's a cool way of looking at it. Say that you're a lesbian, me too. Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunately one of Drake's worst lines, that's for sure. That is an L Drake line. That's such a horrible line. Let's see. Janice STFU is overrated. I agree. I don't really like that song that much. I like Whisper My Name a lot. Whisper My Name, National Treasures, Burning Bridges is pretty good. Bees on the Table. I'm a big Drake fan. I like ASAP Rocky too. He didn't drop an album for a while though. He just dropped an album earlier this year, you guys, and before then he didn't drop an album since 2018. Like, bruh, he missed a lot of the Gen Z crowd by doing that. But like the early ASAP albums, like Long Live ASAP, all those ones, like the 2012 to 2015 era, oh my god, it's goated, bro. What did Dylan say? JP, you inspired me to divorce my wife. Thank you. I would say W, but I know he's just... Oh! I know you're being sarcastic. That's hella funny, though. Okay, give me a better gun. Alright, I'll take the HVK. That's not bad. Let's see. What do you say? Do you have your CFA? No, I actually don't have my CFA. That's honestly the thing that's kind of nice about the position I'm in. I don't have like some... Oh, get this monkey bomb. Oh. All right, threw a monkey bomb, Cub. You're going to have to save me, bro. I'm on the stairs. Big X is better than Drake. Big X the Plug is fire, bro. I will never slander Big X the Plug. He has some good-ass music. It's funny, I've seen videos of like some streamers reacting to Big X the Plug. I've been listening to Big X the Plug for a couple of years now. Hey! Every song just starts out with that. I love it. Why did somebody say R.I.P.? Big X the Plug's still alive, bro. That's pretty funny. No, Big X the Plug's hella good. What about Boss Man D-Lo? No clue who that is. I like some of Travis Scott's shit. Some of Travis Scott's music, too. One thing that's actually fun fact here. So I went to this music festival. I was talking about this earlier in the stream, but I went to a music festival called Hard Summer. It's in like San Bernardino, California. San Bernardino is a shithole, but the festival was decent at the time. And I saw Travis Scott perform literally a couple of days after Astroworld dropped. But the thing that's funny is songs like Sicko Mode, they didn't even have enough time to blow up yet. So like when Sicko Mode dropped, like people, like the crowd loved it because it was Travis Scott, but like the song wasn't even close to being, like it was literally less than a week after the album dropped. I'm pretty sure it was one of his first live performances after Astroworld dropped in 2018. I'm from Cali. I don't live in California anymore though. I moved 4 years ago. I was born and raised in California, and then I went to college in Nevada though. Also, it's pronounced Nevada. I hate when people say Nevada. You just sound like a dumbass. But yeah, no, Hard Summer was an okay festival. I've heard nowadays they just sell it out. That's one thing I've been seeing more lately, and I'm glad I don't go to festivals anymore. Is I've heard a lot of just concerts and festivals, they're just overselling tickets, and people are just having horrible experiences. And then on top of that, you're paying a bunch of fees to Ticketmaster. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, why do people even do that to themselves? Will getting a CFA even help in corporate finance? I mean, it would help with like stacking your resume and stuff if you're looking for a new job. But once you're already in the role, I don't think a CFA is going to add much. The main thing is just being really good at the softwares and the softwares that you use, honestly. Like whatever programs you use, getting really good at those and finding ways to like automate shit. I hated LA. San Diego is cool. San Diego's sick, man. I had quite a few friends that went to San Diego State University. San Diego's definitely a cool area. All right, finally, we got ourselves a nice little ray gun here. There we go. We are at 2 hours and 24 minutes. I'm actually going to hop off in about 8 minutes or so. But, you know, we're not hopping off yet, bro. We still got a little bit of time. We got 127 people. Drop any questions you guys may have. He's that zest. Talking about Drake being zesty. I like J. Cole, too. The thing that sucks, though, with J. Cole is I feel like he definitely peaked in, like, 2014. Like, with Forest Hills Drive was J. Cole's best project. Talk to a wall, if you don't agree with that. I like Kanye as well. I don't know why. I always forget to say Kanye. Kanye is, like, one of the most goated producers. I just wish Kanye wouldn't be on his bullshit. Like, Kanye is always just causing drama and shit. But, like, honestly, his music is so good, bro. I'd love to see him live. He keeps performing live in other countries. JP, what other countries are you going to hit? I don't know, man. I think I'm going to go to Japan. Japan would be really cool. My fiance and I have talked about that. Japan just seems great. I've heard Japan is like just way ahead of the U.S. in regards to like technology and stuff. So I'm like, even like their food and shit, I've heard like their standard of food is so high in Japan. I think it'd be sick. J. Cole listeners are virgins. That's pretty funny. Yeah, J. Cole apologizing to Kendrick turned you off. That's valid, bro. That was a soft-ass move to make a diss and then revoke it. That was lame as hell. I'm seeing Lucky live in London. Nice. I don't listen to Lucky, but I've heard of him. Do you ever miss home and the familiarity of immediate friends and family? I definitely do. You know, having my family nearby was really nice, but I still talk to them pretty often. And both my parents are retired, so they can come visit me. My parents are way older than me. I don't think I've talked about that before, but my parents are like old as hell, bro. But no, I definitely miss having like friends and family nearby. The only thing that's interesting is in my hometown, like that's where my family's still at, like in Northern California area. But most of my friends have moved away. Like my friends are all over the place. I have a lot of friends that live in Southern California. I have a friend that lives in Salt Lake City, a friend in Reno, Nevada. They're just kind of all over. I have a friend in New York City, so a lot of, and I'm honestly glad about that. I'm glad a lot of people left my hometown. There's nothing wrong with staying in your hometown, but where I grew up, it's just like there's not many opportunities. So, you know, I think it's good a lot of people have left. The problem is then they all go to Southern California, and the cost of living there is just hell. Like you literally are just renting like a little hut for like $2,000 a month. Like fuck that. Okay, did I get stamina up again? Oh my god, don't go down, bro. Oh my god. That's heinous. Thoughts on Fantano? Beef with Wylearn, bro. I'm not beefing with Wylearn. Wylearn's the GOAT. Wylearn's like the OG for this like entire like niche, bro. He motivated me to start my channel. Or he inspired me, I'll say. Inspired, motivated, similar. You should beef with another financial YouTuber. Yeah, I'm not beefing with anybody. I don't have energy or time to beef with people. I don't even have that much time to watch other YouTube channels, to be honest. The only time I really watch YouTube is during my lunch breaks at work. Thoughts on Fantano? I like Fantano, but he has lost me with some of his takes. Like there are certain albums that are like literally some of the greatest rap albums of all time, and he's like, that's a 6. I'm like, that's a crazy take. Like that, nothing pisses me off than when there's an album that's goated and then you just hear Anthony Fantano trying to be edgy and like, I don't know. I don't really listen to him much anymore. There was another guy that did like music stuff. Not Anthony Fantano. I'm trying to remember his name. He would do like these music battles, where like aux battles, where like two people would join and then they would like go head to head. in regards to like picking songs, and then everyone would vote in the chat what is better. If you guys know which YouTuber I'm talking about, let me know. I cannot remember his name right now. Caleb, I like Caleb Hammer a lot, bro. Honestly, like the only thing is I feel like his channel now is just more about like getting really stupid people on and then having big reactions to their stuff, and it's a lot less focused on getting them to a good place financially. But some of the people that guy has on his channel, I don't blame him for reacting the way he does. Even if his reactions are like dramatic, like some of them are definitely valid. The people that go onto his channel are just so stupid, man. A lot of them just have no accountability. It's painful to watch. Patrick CC, thank you. Thank you. All right. Sorry, bro. I keep going down because I'm reading chat. Yes, Patrick CC. I like his channel a lot. I haven't watched it in a little while, but yeah, the Caleb Hammer weight stuff. I always find that it's kind of funny when he does that to me, because it's like, I mean, he's clearly not in the best shape. Some of those people he has on are very, very overweight. Like he's just a little out of shape. Well, let me see. The Togi video. Yeah, I saw the Togi video. Blackboy Max does the same Ox Wars. Blackboy Max, I've heard, is kind of going on an interesting path. I don't know. He's changed a lot, it seems like, the past couple of years compared to when he was in the... Yeah, Caleb Hammer, I mean, you could say he's out of shape. I don't really... I don't know. I don't want to comment on his weight, but compared to some of those people he has on, though, are, like, very, very out of shape. Like, Caleb Hammer could probably just, like, clean up his diet for a couple months and look significantly, like, leaner. I'm pretty normal build, though, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, like... I'm definitely not an example of, like, somebody... I'm not somebody you'd look at and be like, bro, that guy's, like, ripped or shredded. I'm not like that. I'm just normal. Let's see what we got here. Nope, not taking that. All right, we are going to hop off the stream here in a couple of minutes. Let's see. I'm 5'10", 165, 170 usually, height and weight-wise. 5'10" always, but, like, the weight will fluctuate. But, yeah, normally, like... If I'm being a little too scrawny and I'm running too often, I'll hit the 150s. If I'm in kind of a more healthy weight, that's usually 160s for me. Pretty normal height, though. Hey, JP, I'm 19. Been watching every video since December 2025. Hey, appreciate you, man. Let me take this. Can't see me or in plain sight. Let's see. Do gig work and started a mobile business. I have $500 and 2K saved. Should I send a VM for not fine? Yeah, man, if you want to, you can. I have a video that talks about like what order you should invest in. So I'd recommend watching that video. But if you watch that video and you still have questions and stuff, you know, feel free to drop that voicemail. VOO or VTI, honestly, bro, they basically give you the same return. I started out with VOO. I would have started with VTI, but I don't want to take a tax hit just to switch to something that's very similar. But I would maybe lean more towards VTI if I were starting from square one nowadays. Caleb definitely said he was bi-curious in college. I did not know that. Is that why somebody was calling him Zesty before? Could I get an FP&A with a business admin degree? You 100% could, bro. Alrighty, I think I'm going to hop off here, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning into the stream, man. We're going to do another stream in a couple of weeks. We'll probably do it around, I think, July 10th, Friday, July 10th. So put that on your calendars. If you did not join the Discord, the link is pinned right now. Go ahead and join the Discord. I appreciate all the support, you guys. And yeah, new video will be dropping tomorrow. We'll do another episode of Not Financial Advice. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I appreciate it. Take care. See you guys.